All right, welcome everyone to episode 5 of our Edge of the Empire campaign called All That Glitters. And we are joined by our awesome game master and fantastic role players who would love to introduce themselves. How about we start with Alan?
Oh. Hi everyone, I'm Alan and I like lattes because I keep it real. But for this evening's
It
purposes,
says scoundrel like latte.
as you got a bit of cinnamon in there, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, just to introduce who my resident character in the Glitters game, I'm playing Dex Mardin, who is a human trader. Basically, is looking to get rich, to get paid by any means possible. So that's what I'm doing here. That's me. Ciao.
I'll jump in next. So I'm Dev from the What the Dice channel on YouTube, and I'm playing Sekkiya Shi'bal. He's a Devaronian scoundrel who's out to make fast credits any way he can because he's got a fierce glitter stim addiction going on, and he needs those credits. How about Dave next?
Hi everyone. Yeah, I'll be playing Drax, aka the Captain. He's a fackwash with multiple personalities and a slightly energetic, psychopathic personality red. He keeps popping up in most combat situations. I'm in the game just to get some money at the minute to pay off the debt on my ship, and just to sort of travel around and see the world a bit. Which leaves it over to Ola.
Okay. Yeah, I guess, I'm Ole Bueker. I'm not guessing, but I know I'm Ole Bueker. I'm playing Harrison Jones, the Arcanian archaeologist. You can see him here, the albino crazy guy who's apparently wicked smart and likes to play with technology, and his life mission is to find the home planet of his of the Arcanians. He's an archaeologist, so most of the time he's trying to actually find stuff, but so far we've been lost on the mission doing fighting and all kinds of hacking stuff, but maybe at some point we'll get to it.
And we're back this week with some new sexy overlays, courtesy of Alan and Dev. So we were kind of pimping it out tonight. And I think next up, Ryan will give a campaign summary so far, because I wasn't here last week and I can't remember what happened.
That'll help a lot too, I think, for everybody. So to give kind of the grand overview to this point, you guys had a contact on the planet Besselin named Lan Joker, who, when you arrived, ended up getting his head blown off, and before you had a chance to kind of meet him and get underway. That led to you guys getting some cargo, and then in a kind of a bit of a fight there, getting caught by the guards, the claw guard there. Then you met a guy named Den Lee, aka Marik, the sector ranger, who basically set you guys up with a micro-transponder, transponders, a bunch of credits, and a code to a HoloNet channel to get in touch with them, because he was kind of coercing you guys into working for him and finding out who this stim and stuff is going to, the spice. Two things you had to discover on that planet at the time were where to drop the cargo and who was involved in killing Lan. You found out that you had to meet a Toydarian named Davish III, who's picking up the shipment in 7 days' time on the planet Davish III. You got your comm frequency where you can contact him when the shipment has arrived. You also found out from a encounter with a guy named Cut Vang that the Chorus Consortium was hired by a man named Stim to run the hit on Lan. In the last episode, you guys made contact with Dex's buddy Relics, moved some product around, picked up some new items, ended up foiling a political play for power that you used to your advantage, got some new gear, things like that, but you kind of avoided getting too deeply embroiled in that little political intrigue. When you guys returned to your ship to get underway, you were attacked by these guys who were jacked on Glitterstim, and basically some formulation that caused them to go all like Hulk Bane style. Big fight ensued, and the aftermath is where we basically left you after your trip to see relics and returned to the ship, where Dex proceeded to take a big shit. And that's basically where we ended the last.
And Sekkiya's bleeding a lot.
yes, that's the key point.
Sekkiya's bleeding all over the fucking place. And I think Harrison's supposed to be patching him up, or did patch him up.
I think I patched him.
It was a little bit hazy for me at that point.
Yeah.
Just
So basically,
awesome.
at this point, you guys have had the chat with Marik. He's basically said you guys get your shit underway. Yeah, I can't help you. I got to stay in the shadows for this one. So keep your noses clean, do your job. Everything will be sorted out on both sides of the transaction. Let him know kind of when you got the details of who's getting the stuff. He'll come in, Rescue Ranger style. So we should probably start off now with the force die. Thank you, Alan. Everybody roll 1 force die.
Dark side, like we always do about this time.
Oh, wow. It's looking good.
All dark.
We got 2 lights
I'll
from
got some
Dave.
light.
No, Dave hooked us up with 2 light.
Goodbye.
So in this one, do we need light side or dark side?
Yeah, light side's good for you in this one.
Really? Because we're kind of roguish, and
We're gray.
Yeah.
that means we can use both. Yeah.
Hey, we saved the politician, so we're not all bad.
Yeah, Ryan, are we allowed to roll deception checks to use dark side points as well?
We'll talk about it as it comes up. Generally, no.
I can if you can.
Yeah. There's a fair play.
Uncheck your dice as well, lads, your force dice.
Yep.
So they don't come up.
And reroll.
Yeah.
Did Dex pass his resilience check on that shit?
It was textbook.
Textbook.
Splashdown succeeded.
You get a triumph on that one. No wiping needed.
A triumph, yeah, a triumph's one of them that's a clean break and you don't even need paper.
Nice. And the crowd goes wild. So
Anyway,
you
moving
guys,
on.
you guys roll this, or not, again, roll, you kind of hover this spice tram onto the back of your ship. You've got Sekkiya Shi'bal kind of laying over top of it, bleeding out in his side.
Sprawled, yeah. His shiny new armored clothing, double bloodstained.
Yeah, half his own and half not.
Yeah.
And you now meet back up with the captain, who's generally got the ship prepared and ready to go. What's your next move?
Let's get the fuck out of here. I'm fucking done with this place. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
And
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
like
yeah,
to
yeah,
check the
yeah, yeah.
blood types of the other people to see if there's like a universal donor that I can.
What?
So we can start a blood bank for our. We have one of those weird things left,
Oh, the Banes?
yeah, the
the
awesome
Bane
technology.
envoy, right?
We have to start experimenting, and we need some blood just in case something goes wrong.
All right, give me a medicine check, just against standard 2.
Medicine. Ah,
Could be
a
probably your
knowledge
intelligence
check,
unless
yes.
you like.
Okay.
Just against 2 purple.
Beep boop. Force.
All right, so you're easily able to determine the blood type of all of the members of your crew by going around and sticking them with needles and causing them to bleed.
And typing on your data pad.
Yeah.
And informing them that this is all for the good of the group. It's all part of the experiment
It's for
for
science.
for science.
Well, you don't need to poke my blood. It's all over the place right now.
Yes.
Just scoop it up.
Just use a spoon.
Okay, Dex will kind of go. Before we get ready to leave, I think you should know what was in this bag that we found in the park. Ryan, what was in it?
Yes. I told you before. So
I wrote it. Okay, well, I'll write it down here. Okay, so Dex will reach in the bag. He'll whip out a data pad, a set of blueprints, and a security access card.
Ooh.
and I will kind of thrust the data pad at Harrison and say, Poindexter, this is your speciality, isn't it?
I guess by now, yes.
I'll just kind of like push all the items across the table to him and say, take care of it. What's on them? There might be something useful on this planet before we leave. It's worth looking into. In the meantime, and then I'll walk over and like just like poke Sekkiya a bit. You alright, bro?
I want to get off this planet. I'm so over this place. Being shot at, being bossed around by this sector fucking ranger guy.
Yeah.
I think like Sekkiya's gonna kind of like guys. You know, once we get the ship off and you know we're safely out of here, I think we need to have a little bit of a powwow and a bit of a palaver here about you know where we are and where we're going. So, you know, up to now, this dickhead's been calling the shots for us. You know, we've just been reacting and bouncing, jumping through his hoops. And we got our ship back now. We got our shipment back now. So I'm thinking we got the steering wheel again. So what do you think about a little bit of payback for this guy? So I want to hear some fucking brainstorming here.
I'm checking out the blueprint.
Drax will just be like, no, the fuck, it did ruin my shirt. It was my favourite shirt.
So he wants us to go bust up this. Where are we going? We're seeing some hut now. We're taking a shipment to the hut, right, Ryan? That's our.
What's the guy's name? Yeah, is it
right
now, what you know for sure is that you're meeting a Toydarian named Weddle, and there's a chance that there was some connection with Moraga based on what Cut Veng told you guys in the bar.
Okay, and the shipment anyway belongs to Moraga, right? But just Toydarian is our liaison.
That's your possible understanding without full knowledge.
Okay. So anyway, this was our shipment, and somebody wanted it from us. We were delivering it to somebody, so that was the Toydarian originally.
Yeah, well, your contact was Lan, and Lan had the details of who it was going to. You guys didn't even know who it was going to until you found out by looking at Lan's place that it was the Toydarian.
So, how do you guys feel about busting or not busting this Toydarian hut connection we have here? I worked for huts before, man, and it's not good to cross huts. It's got to be worse than crossing a sector ranger. That's all I'm saying.
I just want to get paid.
Well, what about getting paid for both a shipment and some information?
Hey, look, whatever puts the credits in the pocket, man. Whether it's like fucking double crossing, triple crossing, threatening, double threatening, shooting, whatever, man. Like fucking, I'm just here to start counting. So but that Marik, man, that motherfucker, he's got to go down.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about right now. So I'm thinking, instead of basically betraying this hut, why don't we betray him instead? And why don't we tell the Toydarian what's going on, what's really going on, and see how much that information is worth. And see
the hut syndicate.
So maybe we can arrange a little bit of an ambush for Sector fucking Ranger Marik.
Drax nods approvingly.
Yeah, Drax is happy to play both sides as well and see who comes out on top.
Yeah.
Harrison Jones observes the GM's reaction to our plan first. That's the smart choice here, guys. Be careful.
Mind intelligence does not qualify you to meta into the GM world.
Anyway, I'm investigating the blueprints and the data pad.
At which point Dex says, "Oh shit, round 2," and runs off to the toilet. So he will say, "I can hear you, lads. So just keep talking."
Sekkiya's just gonna be like, "Oh man, what a fucking day!" And he's gonna reach into his jacket, pull out a little baggie, and crack open a little bit of a death stick, and put a little of Rill, sprinkle a little bit of Rill in there, seal that back up, and spark that up, and just sit back and let the medicine do its work.
Nice. One of the things you notice when you're doing this, Sekkiya, is that sometime in the time that you were changing your clothing and kind of whipping everything around, you managed to basically lose one or two of your items. When you reach in there, you've got that one death stick that you open and used a bit of, and then you've got the Bane thing that you kept, which had that kind of stim / combo in it as well.
I lost my whole fucking drug collection. I had like Rill, I had like 2 sticks of glitter stim, I had my death stick.
Yeah, it was your two.
I lost all that shit.
The 2 sticks of glitter stim were lost in the jacket when you did the switch over. Everything else you're okay with.
In that jacket. I just put the armor clothing underneath it, and I put the jacket on the top.
Yeah.
My drugs fell out?
Yeah, those 2 did. The glitter stim. Everything else is fine.
Well, when I see that, I'm just going to go over to the shipment of glitter stim and pop the crate and just grab one of those. I don't fucking care. I'll pay the guy. Oh yeah, by the way, I used a couple. Here's some credits. I know the value. I know the street value of this. So here you go.
Nice.
So I'll resupply myself from the giant crate of glitter stim in the back in the cargo.
Good call.
I'm good to go.
So what we're dropping
have
off.
You guys left the planet surface is the first question while you guys are doing your talk. Are you still getting ready to go, or are you moving? Are you leaving the planet?
We programmed the direction for the planet. So while we're talking, the ship's autopiloting.
We're basically in hyperspace.
Okay.
Or at least in orbit.
I just want to verify that. So you manage. You leave the orbit, no problems. You go out just like any other ship, following all the proper lanes and procedures. Nothing comes up weird on your scopes. Nothing comes up weird on the comms.
Sector Rangers pulling us over.
You pop out into hyperspace, and after you make your distance from the gravity well with no problems.
As we're doing that, Drax has kind of observes that there must be some benefits for working for Marik at the moment because, we're smugglers, so having a bit of a free pass from the local rangers to get a mission could sort of give us some good opportunity to bring other stuff through as well. If Marik's kind of pulling strings to get us into position, then we could also use that to our advantage as well. And he's also quite happy that he was able to refuel the ship on Marik's coin from the expense account before.
As a point as well for you, Dave, that you missed last time, you also managed to get 2 fuel canisters as well, which gives you an extended range. That came from deal with relics.
Okay, you'll hear muffled through the door that Ranger Marik, man, he ain't throwing straight dice. That motherfucker's crooked. I don't know if we should trust him.
He's definitely crooked, man. He's a corrupt motherfucker, and he's ripping us off. And he claims he's just doing it to get a score, get a bust on the Hutt cartel. But who knows what that's really all about? Maybe he's trying to build his own little empire for retirement. I don't know. I don't like it. So what do you think? Should we let the Hutts know about this or keep it to ourselves?
Silence. For me at least.
All right, Sekkiya, why don't you give us a leadership role?
I'm not a fucking leader. I'm a junkie.
Again, you'll hear through the door knowledge is power. Maybe we should keep it to ourselves for now.
Okay, give me a. Okay, is that you? Well,
no, I didn't roll yet.
Okay.
Is there any difficulty?
Yeah, just a straight 2 difficulty with 1 boost, because basically you're all whacked on glitter right now. You're just kind of feeling God's hand.
Yeah. I'm very enthusiastic and earnest about, turning the tables on this guy. You guys don't believe me? Come on. You don't believe the druggie? You don't trust the druggie? Come on.
So they don't believe you, and basically they start to have this feeling that whenever you're wasted on these drugs, that maybe they should take a little extra caution with whatever you suggest during that time. So that'll cause a setback while you're on drugs for convincing manner to your teammates.
I get a permanent disability?
No, it'll be just
one threat?
Yeah, not always, just for now.
Okay.
Until it gets cleared.
Well, fuck you guys then. Do whatever you want. I'm just go back to the cargo hold and just chill out.
All that blood loss. Anyway,
Nothing like
the
blood loss and drugs.
blueprints from the stuff that we got, I would like to check what those are.
Yeah, Drax will sort of head over to where you've laying the blueprints out, and actually no. First he's going to go and
check these out. Oh my god!
He's going to walk over there and then see all this blood on the floor and on the sort of table and stuff like that. And it's just kind of his new ship, so he's going to go and get some wet tissues out and start cleaning up first. Got some little spray cleaning.
He'll be like scrubbing and wiping it down around Sekkiya, and Sekkiya will just like kind of shift a little bit, and then he'll just go back to just laying back and just smoking his death stick.
And at some point, maybe just Drax reaches across, grabs you by the sort of your collar, and just like lifts you up, wipes underneath you, and just puts you back down.
Nice.
At some point, Dex will walk out and say, I'll give that a minute, lads. Everyone goes in. And he'll also walk over to like the corpse that's in the middle of like our ship and give it a kick and say, we perhaps should get rid of this thing as well.
That's going to be stinking up the ship as well.
Yeah, we'll flush it into space, man.
Don't listen to me when I'm high, guys.
I probably wouldn't do that during hyperspace.
Yeah, but you know, when we drop that turd off that I've just, I've just laid, we can get rid of this corpse as well, because I think we should land anywhere with him stinking out the gaff. Anyway, Harrison, what you got, bro?
So taking a look at this blueprint, if you recall, the bag itself came as a result of, I'm pretty sure, the incident in the park, if I'm not correct, right?
I think so.
The contents are basically this blueprint lays out the general like second and third floor of the government palace.
Which government palace on which planet?
On Besselin, where you guys were.
I upload that to WikiLeaks, by the way. Just in case somebody else is planning the assassination.
WikiLeaks?
WikiLeaks.
Harrison Snowden right here, the whistleblower.
Nice. Yeah, so there's a couple of notations on it. If you want to give me... let's go with an outer rim check on that one. Just against it. Let's go against a 3 on that.
One success to it.
So you're able to tell that these these notations are like specific points within this place, and they're offices that are in the building. The advantages, again, you can choose what they are if you want, or I can give you an idea what they are.
On a blueprint, I know who made them. Maybe like there's some company logo that I recognize.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Like a lot of the major buildings were designed and built by one of the major architectural firms on Besselin, and you know that they've built probably like 3 or 4 of these places in similar function. I'll give you another advantage, which would be that you notice that these blueprints are actually slightly different from the norm that they would do for this kind of building. So you notice that a couple of the angles, a couple of the corners kind of things seem to be off. Almost as if even on the second and third floor there's something more of this building than meets the eye.
Like some hidden rooms missing in the map.
Yeah, that would be your kind of...
Where they keep the good stuff.
Mark them down, okay. Just like hidden rooms here and here. Okay.
What do you reckon's in a hidden room of a government building?
Ooh, probably information about my home planet.
Probably not.
Information that we can sell, maybe files, man, on crooked politicians, corruption, something we could use to extort people with.
Secret stash
Gotta be
rooms.
something that's worth money to somebody.
Or secret meeting rooms for all that dirty connection sex.
Why wouldn't they be on the maps? There's something of worth in there. But we'll put that on the back burner.
Judging by
I don't want to go back there, man.
What kind of size are these rooms? Are they like substantial, or is it going to be like more sort of alcovey?
Well, in looking at the plans, like again, the details that Harrison would know or be able to pull up on these other places, he would notice that kind of near where the where the conference room would normally be. It seems like there's a few feet shaved off of that. And it seems like the outer wall has a couple extra feet kind of there.
So like
So
a
it would either
spying
be
room?
kind of it would either be like a small observation room, or what's interesting is it does appear on both floors. So he doesn't have the floor below or the floor above to measure any of that, but that space is on both floors.
Maybe an elevator? Just speculate as well.
Assassin's entrance.
I will leave the speculation to you.
An assassin's
Entrance.
elevator.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sekkiya lost interest. There's nothing that relates to money.
Nice. So this trip is going to take you guys a good 4 days to get there.
Perfect.
At the speed you guys are going, you should still arrive 2 days early for the delivery.
Even better.
So you guys are definitely on track and ahead of schedule.
What do we know already about Davish III that would be relevant to anything?
Yeah. Somebody want to give me? Well,
Outer rim? Core words? Where is
Harrison,
Wait,
Harrison,
I know.
what do you know about Davish III?
I'm going to roll for this one.
nice.
Okay, Captain, what do you know about Davish III?
All right. So Captain actually would know about this one, which is a really interesting and good choice for it as well. Davish III is a planet that is mostly a hunting preserve. This wilderness preserve is a place where basically they groom and breed Gundark.
By the way, is
So
it
you guys-
outer rim or core words? Just
Outer rim.
I'm just confirming if.
Yeah, Drax is equally knowledgeable in all realms.
Yeah, I think my rolls are pretty good in this one.
So Harrison,
Holy shit.
Harrison, what do you know about Gundarks? Sounds like you know a
Nice.
lot about Gundarks.
Yeah, so Gundarks are kind of like on par with Rancors in terms of their viciousness and
Size.
ability to kill and hurt things.
Ooh.
And basically, what you know about this place is that, this is a place where people will go for basically they're looking for trophy game. And it's a very tightly regimented and regulated hunting system where it's only open to people in very limited times, very limited amounts of what they can take out of there. Like all the heavy things, really high security.
Like that Predator movie, where they land on the
Sport
planet
hunting. Rich
Yeah.
guys sport hunting.
and being hunted
Yeah.
by the predators. Okay.
Yeah, that kind of deal.
Nice.
So yeah, it's more of like a jungly forest kind of planet. It's got a breathable atmosphere for most species.
Is there a native species that is from this world or has control of it, political control of it?
No, there's not. It's
Areas
actually
or somebody?
it's a corporation-owned planet.
Fucking suits.
So essentially, it's just like Jurassic Park. It's a whole planet that's just a wildlife reserve.
Basically, yeah, in that kind
But
of.
huntable.
Well, what's the sort of main city like? Is it sort of a very urbanized area, or is it just
Technically,
like
there's not really a main city. What there is kind of a.
Posting.
It's almost like an outpost, yeah, where there'd be places where you can dock ships, and there's there'll be a meeting place. There'll be.
It'd be like a hunting
office
lodge.
kind of thing, but
Yeah.
that's probably a good way to look at it.
Where we can meet the billionaires who hunt their slaves. That's the place to make
Yeah,
friends.
that's what I'm wondering about. What gets hunted there, or who gets hunted there?
People that can
from
afford
the-
to hunt there.
From the knowledge of our planet, is there anything particularly significant near where our meetup will be?
Again, at this point, you just know that that's where the meetup is. You don't know the specific locations. You have to contact the Toydarian Puigri when you guys get into orbit.
And we got to think about this. These are rich dudes, getting their rocks off, hunting something or someone, and then looks like they want to have a big spice party after. So that's
Good
worth
place.
looking into as well. Why do they need a big crate of glitter stim there? That's what we want to find out too.
Maybe it's just the place where we do business. Might
Yeah.
not be kept there afterwards because it's a remote planet where nobody actually goes. So it's a good place for shady
Yeah,
deals.
place to hand over.
Trade hands.
Drax is pretty happy that we're going to be getting there a couple of days early because he wants to get the location and at least stake out the place where we're going to do the handover first.
Indeed.
All right. Is there anything in particular you guys want to do with these 4 days beyond general chit chat and
Oh yes, oh yes.
television watching?
Lots of research planned.
I want to heal up. And based on what I know of Underworld or whatever, like, do I think that me taking the drugs is going to be a problem? Like, if I take some and then just give them credits for that? Or does the shipment have to be completely intact? Because if it's going to be a problem, then I've got an idea. What I'm going to do is open up every single glitter stim, and I'm going to take a little bit from each one, fill up 2 separate glitter stim things, and I'm happy to roll skullduggery on that to make it look totally legit, like it's at weight, everything's at weight, and I'll calculate everything. Just take enough from each one.
Yeah, that sounds a bit more plausible. Yeah.
That's what that'll take me 4 days, I think, to calculate all that out. I got Harrison with me, you know. He'll make sure everything's
legit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
And
get
I need your help anyway.
Can I get a boost from him?
Yeah, that's fine.
perfect.
I think this would be again because you're trying to swindle. Yeah, good call. You're trying to swindle a like a deal here. So let's go with a 3. I think that's a realistic thing on that, as opposed to any setbacks with that. I think that would just be the normal difficulty and making sure you put things the right weight and that kind of stuff.
Checking my thievery skills, gents. Here we go. Oh yeah, thieving for days.
So
Scoundrel in the house.
You're super successful at creating these near perfect baggies of glitter stim, and you managed to pawn off like 2 of them in your just normal thing. But what about the advantage? Yeah.
The advantage is I was able to re-seal them all perfectly, so it doesn't even look like they've been tampered with at all. So they're completely all resealed again.
Okay.
So they look totally legit.
Well done.
They're weighted and sealed. That's the advantage.
Well done. All right. Anyone else do anything? Well, Sekkiya is
playing with drugs. I got a big pile of just glitter stim all over the place in the cargo hold. I'm just doing all this like meth lab shit right here.
Mm-hmm.
I will also use his
for example, for time during the hyperspace. This is a good time for these, like if you want to do like weapons upgrades, if you're doing mechanics things, if you've got anything like that you guys want to do. Otherwise, we can just jump forward.
Yeah, I'm researching the drug, the thing that we found that the guys used it to boost themselves up. I would like to experiment with that, and especially use the knowledge of our drug lord to see if we can find some way to either make it as some kind of dispensing drug machine to sell to addicts somewhere for lots of money, or what I would prefer, something useful like some kind of cybernetics where you need some kind of boost for a short time and then.
So here's what I'm thinking. So as we sit down and we start brainstorming, putting our heads together over this shit, Sekkiya's saying, okay, here's what I'm thinking. We can totally convert this thing into an auto injector. So it can be calibrated to certain like serotonin levels or whatever, or certain adrenaline levels, or we could just have a big fucking red button. You just boom, you just hit that button and the shit gets injected right into your system. So that's up to you what you're looking for. But that'd be how I'd put this thing together. That's what the druggies want.
Yeah, but I liked my secondary choice more of actually using it for combat or like.
So do you want it as a, you just hit the button and it auto injects?
Yeah, or like
all they gotta do is refill the capsules. That's it.
Yeah, exactly, like a temporary. Okay, now time to boost my speed up for a little. Not for.
We gotta analyze the drug too that they use, because we know it's part glitter stim, but we don't know what else is in it and how it was, what the chemical breakdown is for that, so we can reproduce it later. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink.
But the one that they used didn't look very stable.
Well,
You're just
I would
chasing
like
the
something
ultimate
that doesn't
high, aren't you?
I think Harrison could put something together and some improvements on the chemical formula.
Exactly. Update the firmware finally, so that it doesn't get hacked by me.
So Harrison, to make this a legitimate thing, like the reality is that you've got a good sense of medicine, but everything on this thing has been untraceable to this point, and it's been a pretty hard thing. So I think we would put the difficulty would be at daunting, because again, it's not your primary field. You're an archaeologist as opposed to a chemical engineer.
Yeah. Exactly.
So let's go.
Drug
We're going to go
chemist.
with four purple for the straight difficulty of the roll. But because it's not your field, we're going to give you a setback for that. And because of the fact that you're trying to basically determine not only how it works, but how to separate it as well, or either separate it or augment it, then we'll take another setback there. So four purple, 2 setback against your
Setbacks are the black ones?
against your medicine.
Medicine, not education? Ah.
Because this is straight chemistry and
Okay,
biology.
then I don't
give
have...
him a boost for my chemical or drug know-how? Drug know-how?
Sure, and I'll be a nice guy and I'll flip a destiny point for you guys.
Oh.
So that'll be 3 purple, 1 red, 2 black.
And a blue.
You still got quite a good chance here.
No,
Yeah,
medicine
medicine
is not good
and-
for me. It's just green.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but
blue,
it's still
though.
pretty good.
I get 1 blue from your...
For my drug experience and
So 5 green, 1
Knowledge.
blue?
Yeah.
We're fucked, but let's see.
Nah, that's alright.
Well, that's a good chance.
Failure, despair.
despair. Oh no!
And
We
that's
start a
what
fire. We start a fire in the ship. A meth fire in the ship.
I was honestly thinking about that.
We start burning down the ship in hyperspace.
If it would be
Oh,
any
yeah.
knowledge
So-
check, I would have been fine because I can switch the black ones away. But
In this
Medicine.
case, Harrison, you have failed to analyze this thing. The despair is that your character doesn't know that he's failed it. He thinks that in his arrogant intelligence, he's determined how to make this system work perfectly to do exactly what you want it to do, which is when someone takes this concoction that you have now quote-unquote upgraded, they
Boost your
believe
head.
that it will give them a boost. But what it will do in reality is
we will
it'll
find
give
out.
them, find out.
Don't spoil it yet.
Yeah.
Anyway, since my character doesn't need boosts, I'm not.
But you were looking at a cerebral boost, wasn't it? It wasn't.
No,
like,
agility.
adrenaline
I said
boost.
agility. But
Agility.
Maybe we're going to turn Harrison Jones into Forrest Gump.
no. I never said I make this machine for me. I'm not a physical fighter. So
Yeah, I'm not a fighter either, you know.
So keep track of that somewhere on a sheet with my.
You can see where this one's going.
I mean, Sekkiya's looking to the ultimate rush, isn't he, man? I'm pretty sure he was keen on strapping it on.
I agree with that.
I don't need a speed, man. I'm more into the hallucinogenics.
Oh,
Not
come
much
on.
speed.
Our characters think
You
it's
even
like
helped
a
me with the
charm.
drugs, okay? I'm pretty sure you
Why
wanted
is
this.
everyone so hesitant now? Harrison's turned around and said it's finished, it's perfect, and we're all like, ooh, no. We
For
all
an
think it works.
agility boost? Yeah, but at the same time, you have to be fair. I saw those fuckers in the hangar. So I'm thinking, like, I don't want to be like one of them. That's what I'm thinking.
But you know, it's my perfect technology.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Why don't you convince me, Harrison? Roll me a charm. And I'll flip a destiny point on my defense.
I will convince him with the technology, not with my charms. That's my.
We could always coax Red into doing it. It'll make your muscles bigger, Red. The captain might be Red would be.
Well, we'll see what happens. But yeah, Red would probably have a go. But if you want to, if you want to be in an enclosed space with Red, what if he takes this thing and goes apeshit? Good luck to you.
Yeah, I think, like, you know, Sekkiya is more into the reliable product and making money from the product and products he's familiar with. He's not really into dabbling into experimental stuff.
We'll see
At
how
this
far
juncture.
you get
Telling
when
you, man,
your
if all
your
of
karma is.
so, mate, you would have been strapping that to your chest in a heartbeat and telling you.
I don't know. Okay, why don't you flip a percentage then?
Anyway, we will see when the karma from the drugs will take over. But for
All right,
now,
hang on,
I just
Yeah,
say,
you don't
okay,
need to do
this
the check
thing.
now. You can do it. Yeah, you don't.
I just
that's
tell you
it.
guys, okay, this thing, if you're in a hissy, just boost yourself up, give you that kick that you need to make sure everything's going well.
How about Cap and I rock paper scissors? The loser has to take the new drug.
Anyway, don't take it now. It's for emergencies, guys.
Captain doesn't do drugs. Clean living soldier. Just steroids.
Nice. Nice.
So
Anyway.
we've got a new experimental drug.
Yeah, so Harrison Jones has this new technology that he's created based on this this medical marvel that he is extremely proud of creating.
From
He's
archaeologist to hacker to drug chemist.
Yeah.
Drug producer.
Love it. Love it.
Awesome.
Man has no bounds.
All right. So, unless there's any further things you guys would like to do, we'll do a Star Wars screen wipe, and you guys will drop out of hyperspace around the planet Davish III.
Oh, sorry. Just to sort of check. While we're sort of traveling all that time as well, Drax would like to check with Harrison as to what the security card was for. What they found with the other stuff. They found the blueprints. Was it a security card to access the building?
And I also still have to check the data pad. True.
Okay, I can give you both those quite easily.
Yeah.
From your computer check from before and looking at that stuff, all of the three things are related. The data pad is basically the plan that was set in motion of the guy's surveillance, tagging, following, and then his extraction. And then the the card again was access to basically citywide access, because he didn't know exactly where he'd have to go through in order to stay tagging with this guy.
Cool. Nice. Okay. Yep.
We've been given the key to the city, lads.
After this hut business is taken care of, maybe we can stop by again.
So, oh yeah, just to sort of clarify, because I'm kind of confused here. The shipment we're dropping off was purchased by the huts, or we were carrying.
Your exact understanding is this: your buddy Lan called you and said, "Hey, I've got a shipment of liquor and fine alcohols that I need you to take from A to B." You said yes.
Mm-hmm.
You got there. He was shot in the head before you found out where B was, and before you knew what the actual cargo was.
Cool.
And then you found out through searching Lan's place that you're supposed to talk to this Toydarian guy, and that's basically what you would quote unquote know, other than the fact that now you know it's actually spice.
So if the place we're going is so remote and there's just basically a lodge there, we pretty much have to land at the meet. Like we can't really just go somewhere else. Like we can just go off into the jungle and park the ship for a couple of days, but
Go hunting. Yeah.
you know, like
Harrison Jones and the captain would be pretty sure that would be a bad idea to go in a non-regulated sector on this planet.
Cool.
And even
So we
to go
basically have to-
exploring on that planet sounds like a terrible idea with all those weird animals running around. I don't want
Not
to
only
die.
that, but the security for that as
do you
well.
guys want to stay in orbit? Because like when we go down, like we're there. We're at the meet once we go
To
down.
give you a reminder, you do have the code to a private HoloNet channel for
Contact
Quigley.
purpose. Yeah.
Porn.
Marik.
No, from the actual Toydarian guy.
Mhm.
He gave you his comms, basically, code.
Just tell him we are early. How about meeting earlier?
Yeah, I mean that's fine with Sekkiya. Sooner the better. But do we know what we're doing here? Like, do we have our plan? Do we have our shit together? Like, what are we gonna do? Just do this? I mean, the deal is when we meet this guy, we're supposed to set up with Marik to do his ambush. So we gotta decide right now whose side we're on. Either we're setting up the ambush or we're not.
Time to set up the ambush. Since we don't trust your druggy leadership.
Yeah, Sekkiya's just gonna look sullen in the corner. It's like, whatever. He's just gonna roll over and keep smoking his death stick. Fine, do what the fuck you want.
Poke that little scar that he's got on his side now.
Yeah. That's okay.
But we don't know which organisation's doing the what's the name? Doing the trade. Who's originally bought the stim? That hasn't come up narratively before.
I don't think so, no.
I
Just
think
the
we
guy
should just
named-
access the hollow thing, man. See who answers, tell them we're here, and then when we know we're dealing with, we can make plans accordingly.
Alright.
Cool. And try and Drax will ask Harrison if I'll be able to run a trace down the link to find out where the guy's broadcasting from.
Harrison looks at the GM.
Yeah, you would have a fairly, general sense that you could probably do such a thing.
I nod.
And then while you do that, Drax will also go to the bathroom.
I start
After
the
4 days, it should be safe.
then I start the preparing the trace on the phone number.
Okay.
So
A signals trace is not that difficult a thing. It would be a standard. The only setback you'd have is it's a new system, and again, you don't know what their security is like. So just computers versus 2 purple and a black.
and black.
While Harrison's setting up his trace, I'm going to look at Sekkiya and then point at the corpse, which is starting to reek right now. Say, let's get rid of this out the airlock, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
Send him.
Like, you
Otherwise
grab
we're
his
gonna
legs.
have a beast sniffing around our ship.
Why did we
Grab
even
his
bring
legs.
him? I'm still confused.
I didn't bring him. I was passed down on the cart.
I'm
Sure,
pretty
let's
sure
go-
I
let's-
can't carry anybody, so I was busy.
So Sekkiya's gonna like, yeah, I'll take the legs, and he'll lift up the legs of this humongous. Is he basically a human, right? So he's this
Yeah, but
huge
he's
monster.
shriveled up now, hasn't he, after that stim went mad on him. I think
Oh,
we
yeah,
brought him
what
on
More than normal
board
size, yeah.
because the chest thing was attached to him at the time, so it was just like, get him on. That's why we brought him on board, and just to get out of there quick, because we caused a bit of a scene.
Yeah, let's get this fucking thing out of here. It looks like a mummified corpse right now.
I'm not
So-
touching
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Right, so we'll
let's grab it.
disposal arrangements.
Yeah, so you guys would have like a
Just
disposal,
the
like,
captain's
which would be an airlock kind of thing. So
I grab 2 of Captain's shirts, one in each hand, just cover my hands, pick up the legs. Okay, let's go. Take it to the airlock, and then flush that thing out into
Yeah,
space.
Flush that turd away.
both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll put the shirts back and just be like, job done.
Nice. So through the view screens, you can see that the planet of Davish III is kind of coming up, larger and larger on your forward view. You see that again. It's mostly these different hues of green. You do see the occasional waterway, but it's not really it's not like a ocean-heavy planet by any means. A lot of cloud cover.
And
Yeah,
a lot of
everything
computers.
is-
All right, so
But it's perfect for archaeology stuff. Time to start digging.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll let you start
So-
digging up bones while we take care of business.
I'm preparing the
so
setup.
I'll nod at Dex and I'll say, so you want to make the call to this Toydarian?
You got the gift of the gab, my friend. You should do the talking.
I'm untrustworthy right now. I think you guys should take care of it. I'll just sit back and
Yeah, Dex, you
Yeah,
are a
server.
I'll do it. Oh, Harrison, you ready with that trace program?
Yep, all done.
In which case, I will dial or activate the comlink
All right.
and try and
Excellent.
make contact.
So the blurry lines of hyperspace faded away, and you arrived in the orbit. Kind of seems like a pretty odd location for a drop-off, but you're actually, the weirder thing is as Harrison starts up the trace program, he's also got the sensors kind of going around for that, and you see that there's a huge amount of traffic landing on the planet from all directions.
So like a meet-up?
So you make the call on the comms, and you hear right away, yeah, you've reached. Hey, Elma, it's you guys. You guys are so early.
Yep.
We make good time on the Mark IV. You're talking to some couriers who have a shipment for your delivery.
He's like, oh, I know you got my delivery, but who am I talking to?
Well, you're talking to me.
I like you. You're a pretty funny guy.
Sekkiya, everybody likes you.
Okay, so when we finish the getting to know you bit, where do you want us to take this stuff? We're on a schedule, man. We got other places to be. Palms to Greece.
Yeah, fair enough. But I can't believe you guys made it here so quickly.
That's the Mark IV, baby. It doesn't hang around.
Well, getting a shipment of fine spirits out of a place like Besselin has to be a pretty difficult task without attracting any attention.
Well, obviously the previous owners of this shipment of liquor, they'd tried the cowboys, but they went with the Indians in the end.
He chuckles. And he says, well, my boy Lan always did set things up well. You can always trust him.
Yeah, anyway, so where we dropping this off? Who are you?
He's like, I'm Puigrim Weddle. Lan should have told you about me being your contact here.
Okay, Dex will kind of look at Sekkiya and the captain and Harrison and just an inquiring tilt to the head. This is the guy.
That's our man.
That's our man. Okay, yeah. Lan told us all about you.
Excellent. Well, I have to say I'm pretty happy that you guys are early, kind of no matter how it went down. But yeah, we got use for that shipment, that's for sure.
Well, Lan did tell us that we get paid more for swift delivery.
That's right. There's always a swift delivery bonus.
Nice. Sekkiya's like, nice, good one, man.
High five, a little high five over the comment.
Nice. All right, I need to get a deceit check against you're going to go against his discipline.
Sure.
Basically,
whatever gives me the best chance.
Yeah. So basically, the situation is that you guys have arrived early, and he knows that this is a rough run to make, and the fact that you guys have made it here in early and seemingly without any kind of difficulty, he's not suspicious, but he's curious.
We're just that fucking good.
Yeah, which is very possible. So it's 1 purple, 1 red for deceit.
Okay, and I'll flip a destiny as well.
Yeah, nice.
Because we're professionals. We don't fuck around here, man.
We get the job done. So that
quality service, that's what he's paying for.
You're going the other way, Alan. You guys are the light side of now.
Okay. Oh, whatever. But I got a success.
You missed the purple.
Oh.
How come two are used? Hang on.
No, hold on, that's right. Because he used the black one.
He flipped it the wrong way.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So it came out blank, so no problem.
No success and a threat, baby.
Yep. So the success is that he believes that you guys are there. The threat is that
dumbfounded by our skill.
Yeah. The threat is that basically he pauses for a few seconds after you're kind of responding like, yeah, so where do you want to set us down? And he's kind of like, All right, yeah. We've got landing bay 47 cleared for you guys to land at. We should have that for about the next 3 or 4 hours. So if you guys can make it down here, we'll make that exchange.
I'm guessing this is going to be a private landing bay. We've had a bit of a bad experience with landing bays recently. We don't want to land and find that there's any uninvited people at the party. Who's going to be waiting for us?
He chuckles and says, "Oh, you can be sure that I don't want anybody there any more than you do."
So who can we expect to see?
Delivery. You can expect to see me, and that's it.
Come alone, and then I'll just abruptly end the hollow
Nice.
Sekkiya will say, "Oh, that was awesome, man. You were so badass and scary, dude. It was wicked. That was awesome."
I'm just a businessman.
Yeah.
Trying to get paid.
Yep, you're our broker, man. Good job.
Captain.
Okay, do you guys need to? Do we need to prepare anything for this? Or like, I don't know. What are we doing here, man?
I think we should go tooled. I don't want to be caught with my pants around my ankles like we did the first time we met with his mate Lan. I failed to tell him that Lan got his face shot off, but I didn't think he needed to know that.
Well, I'm gonna let you.
Sorry.
I'm gonna let you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna follow your lead here on this. But still, I just want to say one more time. My recommendation is, I don't want to cross the huts for the sake of some asshole sector ranger. That's not how Sekkiya rolls, man. If I have to betray somebody, I'd rather betray this sector ranger than these huts.
Look, man. So far, we're just gonna get paid. We made our delivery. We get paid. Harrison, on our descent, if you can kind of do some get on the scanners. Scan for life forms. He said he's going to be alone. So as we get close to landing bay 47, we need to know how many people are waiting there before we touch down. Captain, can you take us in?
Sure thing. One thing I'm curious about again now, I'm sorry, I'm getting lost with the plot a bit. So like, Lan was doing a shipment of alcohol to...
alcohol with air quotes, yeah.
Yeah. So that's just for main delivery, but then some dude called Stim also tried to wipe out Lan and hijack the delivery.
No, Stim is actually Sekkiya's friend. Stim is Sekkiya's friend.
No, he's our actual enemy.
No, Stim.
He's Stim or Stim? There's a guy called Stim.
I was going to say, I thought Stim was your friend that you like to get acquainted with on a regular basis.
That's a different story. We're talking about the plot right now, not the entertainment.
Oh, yeah, man, I'm just here to broker deals. I don't follow plots.
So we've got basically 3 interested parties in this shipment. We've got Ranger Marik is interested for his reasons. We've got Stim, who was involved with this somehow, and he's got his reasons. And he's the one who hired the Chorus Consortium. He's the one that did that stuff. Yeah. And then we've got this Toydarian who's receiving the shipment. He's got his own interest in this. And right now, those are currently the 3 interested parties in this. In what's happening.
At the moment, then, in this case, Drax would be kind of slightly happy to put a gun against Wettle's head and find out who knew about the shipment, who he's working for, and why the fuck Lan's dead, and we got almost wiped out as well.
So I'm thinking Dex and Drax go out with the shipment. Harrison and Sekkiya stay on the ship. Because if we all go out and he's alone or not alone, it's going to be too tense. So I think 2 of you go out, and we'll guard the ship and protect you from the ship. I'll run out if I have to.
Well, if someone can get on the cannons in the ship, that would be quite handy.
I've got a fair gunnery skill.
It's gunnery.
That's fine, but
fair gunnery skill.
Toydarians, that's that dude from episode.
Yeah, the little wing guys.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, again, that's a sound plot. Me and the big man go out to make the delivery.
I'm digging somewhere.
Before you take your shovel out, Harrison, I
run this
get excited. Yeah, please. We need to know before we even touch down. I want to know who's in that.
Yeah, I think Harrison should stay on the ship until this deal is done. Running the computers, sensors, all that kind of stuff.
Roger that. Well, Gentlemen,
All right.
I'll motion that we all put our hands in for like some sort of big like fist bump. Credits.
Let's get paid.
Boom! Blow it up, and Captain, take us down.
Cool. So yeah, Drax will run through all the sort of landing protocol, radioing into the, I guess, the ground control people of the hangar.
Yep.
And start
So-
descent.
They say you are cleared for landing on Bay 47. I have the Terra Hunter as ready to land. And then, as your ship enters the atmosphere, it makes for the coordinates. You can see this growing structure moored about 100 meters above the ground at the edge of this wildlife preserve. There's a massive series of docking platforms and a bunch of permanent buildings and tons of ships that are docked, and hundreds of people are kind of running around in circles. As you guys are angling towards the Bay 47, you do see that it's kind of out of the way and off, separate from the others. As you're kind of hitting like about the 1 kilometer off the ground mark, an automated beacon begins broadcasting a welcome message over the communication system in a cheery voice. Welcome, hunters and spectators, to the 9th annual Gundark Open, the Uziel Combine's premier Outer Rim event. For those just arriving, please contact Hunt Lodge Control for your docking assignment and payment of your entry fee. Remember, hunters, any violence before the start of the hunt will result in your disqualification. And it repeats about 3 or 4 times in the time that you guys are making your descent.
Ooh, hype, 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 hype.
So, looks like we got us a big hunting competition going down here, and then they're gonna have a big after party. That's what I'm thinking.
So you guys end up kind of, Captain does his little... actually, let's get a planetary piloting just to see how well you land the ship. Standard difficulty.
Planetary piloting?
What's
Piloting
is
planet.
Is that 2?
Yeah,
2 purple.
2 standard. 2 purple.
Nice.
Cool.
Yay.
Nice. So
I'll
you're very
take the
successful at
advantage of just I'll come in well too fast, and then just like pull it up at the last second and just glide it in. Just send some of the hangar crew running for a second.
Nice little
All the
fancy.
while,
landing.
Harrison's like on the scanners.
Yes.
Yeah, the scanners show only one single individual at this landing port.
Cool.
Yeah. Now this landing platform too, it's very open. Like it's one of those ones where it's built up on pillars off the ground, and it's just like one of the circle ones. You remember what's the name of the place with the clones?
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah,
Camino.
Camino, that's it. Yeah, I remember when Obi-Wan landed on that, and it was like that circle kind of platform with the one kind of walkway. That's basically what you're looking at here, but instead of water underneath, it's the forest and jungle.
Yep.
So yeah, you land down onto that, and you find yourself near the closest one off you is this huge, massive luxury liner. It's got these huge gun emplacements. It's massively armored. And your ship is probably like 1/100th of its size. So
Time
as
to
you
get a
guys
new ship, guys.
Yeah,
as
I'll
you-
be on the guns.
Nice. As Dex and Drax leave the ship, one of the things that they see coming out of that other ship is you see the huge form of what could only be a hut floating out of the ship on a repulsor bed towards one of the larger structures away from you, surrounded by armed guards, beautiful ladies, well-dressed sycophants, etc.
I check their Wi-Fi.
Sekkiya will be like, guys,
We need a new-
this
we
might
need a
be
new ship."
Moraga. Moraga, guys, it might be Moraga.
Yeah, so you can
Okay,
see
well,
like
Harrison,
food
can you
and drinks and everything being loaded off this liner, and a whole bunch of people, musicians are kind of playing and moving at the same time. And clearly this is some big event. But before you can take kind of too much more in, there's a fluttering of leather wings coming down this walkway. And there's a
Well,
Toydari. Yeah.
Before we get off the ship, I want to know, I'll turn to Sekkiya and say, did we have an arranged price for this? Did we get told how much we're going to get paid?
You do not know that information.
Okay.
That would be something that, like, normally you would have heard from Lan, but again, haven't mentioned. before the
Okay,
com-
well, all right.
Can I do a streetwise and try to guess the street value of this much product?
Simple
Okay, in
calculation.
terms of how much the street
Like,
value is.
Well, here's the thing.
how
I
much a
was
normal-
a spice runner already before in my character background, so
Yeah.
like it's not my first rodeo. So
Yeah.
I should know generally how much this kind of cargo would go within approximation.
Yeah,
Not
give me an
necessarily like this deal, but I should know.
Underworld standard with 2 boosts for you.
Okay. Underworld? That's streetwise?
Well, either way, whatever.
Yeah.
I can take Underworld, by the way.
Yeah. How does an archaeologist know about like?
I'm well connected. I get my information everywhere. And it's an in check, so.
Yeah. That was a 2, right, Ryan? You said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Own it.
All right. So I know exactly how much this product is worth, and for one advantage, I want to identify that hut because I
Okay.
used to work for the huts, so I
Yeah.
want to know who it could likely be.
Markings on the ship or whatever. Who
So
should...
the streetwise check, yeah, it's easily, you can tell that is, or depending on whether you're looking at the ship or at the man. If you look at the hut himself, you would definitely recognize him as Moraga. And if you're looking at the ship, you would have noticed it's Moraga's markings.
Okay. And for 2 advantages, last 2, I want to say that I don't know how much you're going to allow for this, but I want to say, like, up to the extent that you think is fair, I've had some past positive interaction with him before. Either through, like, I ran a shipment for him, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
His cartel, not necessarily, like, directly, like, maybe I haven't necessarily met him in particular, but I've done runs for his cartel before. Something like that.
Yep. Okay, so the street value of this much glitter stem versus the delivery price versus, et cetera, you would assume that a normal shipment like this would be about 2,000 credits.
It's not much money for people to fight and die over.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's missing 2 zeros.
It's after they cut it with sugar and stamp it down.
Yeah, wait a minute. I think like that's.
Let
a
me
little
recheck
obvious.
that number.
Like, glitter stem is like 1,000 credits for like a stick, right? We've got like a crate of it. It's got to be like 20,000 at least.
Let me recheck that number.
The reality, as I mentioned, is it's not the street value that you're looking at; it's the delivery value.
Just our service fee.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Because again, you're just carrying a bunch of fine wines.
Yeah.
It's
All right. Fair enough.
Okay, so again, that 2K, we've got no idea then. How we weren't quoted a delivery fee, correct?
Correct. You were not quoted.
All right, cool. In which case, anyway, before me and Drax leave the ship, the product stays on there. Okay, I'm not taking it down until I see that the color of his cash.
Yep, that's fair.
Yeah, Drax was also going to say that like for a handoff, it's kind of it's pretty busy outside. It's better if he comes on board, kind of thing, to pick it up.
Okay. Then we can all be there. Can stick together.
Yeah, because like we can't sort of like if anything goes wrong, we can't grab him out on the dock at the moment because there's too many people like unloading and loading.
Yeah, I want to be there to support Dex.
Cool.
I'm going to the big ship.
Once I recognize Moraga and I know my connection to him, then Sekkiya changes his mind and he wants to join with Dex. So yeah, when Drax says let's do it on the ship, Sekkiya totally agrees.
All right. So then, are you guys going out, meeting him, and bringing him back, or are you going to wait on the ship with like the thing down, or what are you thinking?
Drax will go on the loading ramp. Drax will sort of walk down to the bottom of the loading ramp and sort of just keep a watch out there.
Okay, so you notice this Toydarian coming towards you, dressed in like it would be the Armani version, like the Star Wars version of Armani.
Sekkiya's sitting on the crate.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting on the crate and just kicking my feet, just sitting on it, waiting for the guy to come in.
He just kind of does his little fly-in up the ramp, gives a nod to Drax on the way by, and as he kind of settles down, probably about 5 feet in front of you guys and 5 feet in front of the crate, he's like, "Oh, You guys made a quick trip here. I like that. Must have been an easy journey after all.
Nah, not that easy. In fact, there's something you should know. Your man Len got his face blown off while we were picking this up. That's why we got it so quick, because we hightailed it the minute shit went down.
Oh, over wines and alcohols? That's unbelievable. Why would somebody kill him over that? Or maybe he had some other business going on. I don't know. Some on the side.
Well, it's better you heard it from me rather than you hear it from someone else.
As he says that, Drax will be walking back up the loading ramp, which will be closing behind him.
What's going on? Why are you closing? I got to get this ship out of here.
Drax tells him he's a very security-conscious individual. just looking after your safety, sir. He throws him a salute.
Says, I don't think they need to worry about the security on this planet here.
Well, security was an issue when we were picking up this product, so...
I'm also wondering, because I'm outside at the other ship. Like, no! They're leaving.
Did you go out by yourself?
Yeah, I'm going out to the other ship.
He said I was going to go out to check the other ship out.
Okay, well that's done then, you're out. So.
Normally we wouldn't be worried about security, but what with this hunting competition, there's a lot of guns floating around these days.
He's like, I can respect that, I can respect that. Anyway, and he reaches, without any like ill intent that you can determine, reaches into his jacket, pulls out a credit stick, and he's like, here's the 1,700 that you were promised.
Dax will just laugh and say, 1,700? Nah, we were promised more than that. And plus for the swift delivery. Why don't you try again?
He chuckles and says, oh, well, the swift delivery tells me it must have been an easy run. And, why pay extra for an easy run?
Sekkiya will open up his jacket with the blood-smeared armored clothing, and he'll say, it wasn't that easy. Just let the jacket close again.
Well played.
We made it easy. Lesser individuals, lesser talented couriers, they wouldn't have made it off planet. So you're lucky you got here at all. Look at my man's clothes.
All right, who wants to give me a check? Charm or negotiation against his cool?
I'll let Dex do that. He's on point for negotiating. I'm just a liar. I'm the liar and the thief.
Nice. What are we missing here? Yeah.
I'm gonna flip as well.
Okay.
I'd like Drax. I'd like Drax to try and give a bonus, and Drax will be like move in and be like, we had to drop 4 bodies to get this shipment here. You tell him that blood wasn't worth anything, just to give him an intimidation, a little bit of pressure on him as well.
Okay, what are you using? Negotiation or charm, or what's going on?
Negotiation.
Dex is negotiating.
Negotiation. Okay, so yeah, you've given a little bit of harder edge to the negotiation there. Okay, you're going against his cool. His cool is going to be 2 purple, 1 red.
Cool.
So he's, in the face of all this, like he's just got his straight face, kind of, blasé about the whole thing, total business.
Well, he's just got 4 successes to deal with, so see how that does to his poker face.
And two threats.
Yeah, we're not mentioning those.
yeah, we don't need to worry about that. Okay. So he kind of gives us a slow nod. He's like, okay, I can understand that perhaps with the death of a contact there might be some further requirements of payment, like
medical expenses.
That's the first time he cracks a smile as you say that. He's like, well, medical expenses are incurred as part of...
Also, there'll probably still be the lingering reek of the corpse on board. So maybe, they've got big noses, so, like, he probably realises that we've had some death on board, in which... And Dex will pipe up with, that smell, you can probably smell, the smell of death. That was another issue we had to deal with in this swift delivery. As I said, it's lucky it made it.
He's like, price of doing business indeed.
Quality service is worth every credit.
He reaches into another pocket and pulls out another credit stick and kind of steps forward, so he sets it down on top of the crate itself.
Which is next to me.
And he says, "There's an extra 1,000 for your troubles."
At which point Dex will kind of look at his companions, just a little nod of satisfaction. 2,700.
Sekkiya would normally be pleased, but since he knows who we're ultimately dealing with, he's not actually comfortable receiving an overpayment. He's wondering what else will be required, what additional services will be required for that overpayment. But he'll keep that thought to himself.
Well,
Well, gentlemen, if that's all there is, perhaps you could open the ramp again and allow me to take my delivery.
Pleasure doing business. Have you got a card?
He's like, "Always." And he reaches inside his suit jacket, and he got a little hollow card on. Kind of, as soon as you click it on, kind of throws his little hollow information that floats above.
Cool.
Fancy.
Well, we'll be in touch.
Sekkiya will hop down off the crate, and he'll just hit the repulsor lift controls, because I don't think this little butterfly Toydarian can haul the crate by himself.
No, he's definitely
So
looking to use the repulsor lifts.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hand over I'll scoop up the credit stick and toss it to Dex, and I'll hand the repulsor control to the Toydarian.
He's like, "Gentlemen, nice doing business."
And we'll just say, let us know if you need quality service again in the future. You know who the professionals are.
He's like, "The organization always looks for talent."
Best couriers in the galaxy, my friend. Best couriers in the galaxy. No job is too big, no fee is too big.
Do you have anything presently that you want off-world that we could take with us when we go?
He's like, "Well, not currently, and we'll be here until the end of the hunt. If we win, then of course we will be moving a Gundark."
Dex will kind of ask him, say, "Who's that big fancy ship belong to?"
And he kind of gives us like a sidelong look. That would be my employer.
Looks like he's doing business is good these days, huh? Sort of
He
ship like
chuckles. He chuckles finally, genuinely, and says, "Yes, the Hutts do manage to have good business, as I'm sure you know."
He's quite the connoisseur of fine wines, Sekkiya will say to Dex.
Perhaps we should go and can you arrange a meeting with your employer?
Arrange a meeting.
Yeah,
Well, there is a party taking place this evening.
Party, you say? What kind of party?
I like
Well,
parties.
The hunt will begin in 2 days, so of course my employer would like to see the rest of the hunters in his competition, as well as show off his team.
What's the entry fee for this competition?
The entry fee, 10,000.
Yeah, oh, cool. Don't suppose they have a competition, win a free entry, anything like that?
Oh, I
He
think,
chuckles and says, "It's not that kind of game."
Oh.
and probably
So-
some entries are fronted.
He's like, what you may or may not know is that this is the largest wildlife preserve for Gundarks anywhere, and it's only open for 1 day to become this competition. Each team can submit only one trophy. They get points based on size, age, unusual features, cleanliness of a kill. A live Gundark was brought back once and was most valuable. The prize? A 1-year exclusive license to hunt Gundark in this preserve. It's a very lucrative prize for trophy hunters, beast merchants, and safari guys.
Yeah, Dex,
How much
Why
does
there's
a-
so many
Sorry,
people.
guys.
How much does a Gundart go for on the market these days?
Well, again, depending on all the factors, size, age, features, cleanliness of kill, or
Sure,
again,
approximate value.
prize of live. anywhere from 500 to 100,000.
That's some good business to get into.
So thinks my employer.
Okay, so do we need an invitation to this party, or can we just rock up?
Invitation only, indeed.
I suppose you got a few spare invitations there.
He kind of smiles and says, well, for friends, sometimes they can be procured. And then he turns towards Sekkiya for the first time and says, and for former business associates, and he kind of leaves that hanging there for a second, can also be arranged.
Well, former business associates would definitely like that to be arranged, since it's been a long time since they saw their old clients.
He says, perhaps, actually, why don't you give me a charm on that one?
Charm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Standard difficulty.
God damn it, we used up all our points. Damn it, Ryan, flip more points.
Okay, I'll flip one now.
Thanks.
Finally.
So 1 purple, 1 red against your charm.
Oh boy. Okay, this is truly up to the fates of the Force. Here we go.
Damn.
Alright, so my thing was, yeah, I'm basically presenting it that I have a good previous relationship with Moraga, and I'd be interested in meeting him again for old times. And I got 3 advantages on that. So you tell me what failed, what didn't pass, first of all.
So what didn't pass was a direct meeting with the Hut. What he says is that, well, you know, Moraga, or my employer's schedule is quite full with everyone and everything going on, but I can get you in. I will have the guards. And he kind of jerks his head over towards the ship. Know that you're coming, and we'll make sure that there's a table for. He looks around. 3 of you.
4, buddy, 4.
4. We have 1 more. He's out digging holes in the sand right now.
He kind of raises an eyebrow with that.
Don't ask. It's a long story.
I was about to say 3.5, but I forgot he's not like a gnome in this one.
Regular size.
He doesn't get off the ship very often, so he likes to play in the sand when he does. It's just, you know. Okay. We don't ask questions.
Yeah, he's like, he doesn't seem interested in the finer detail.
Yeah.
He's just like, well, if that's all, then I'll
Pleasure doing business. See you.
Yeah.
And you, gentlemen. Until later, and he gives kind of a nod to everyone and a final nod towards Sekkiya.
And Sekkiya would like to do one thing for a second. He'd like to look at Dex for a minute. You know, just kind of like give him a bit of a nod, and then hold his hand out for that second credit stick.
Which one?
See if,
The 1,000.
yeah. See if Dex gives it to him first.
I'll kind of look at you and kind of like shrug, like, what? Why?
And I'll just shrug back and say, I think
Okay,
I think friends can.
Can I make a perception check to see how high he is right now? Well, make sure that he's not like just fucking throwing credits away willy-nilly. Does he look like he's he's in
Go for it.
control of his faculty?
Go for it.
It's been 4 days since I did drugs. Okay, I think I'm pretty fucking sober by now.
Yeah.
He said while high on drugs.
Against what? What am I rolling against?
Just
Alex
against
always
2.
say
Just
that.
to standard.
That should be easy to tell if I'm on drugs or not. I mean, you've been around me on a ship.
It's true enough. Actually, I was going to change it, but yeah, he's still sober.
Okay, in which case I'll just toss him the 1,000 stick.
And I'll just clap him on the shoulder.
The threat being that you have no idea what he's doing with this.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going just on trust alone.
Yeah, well, he's part of the team.
Yeah.
But I'll be watching him like a hawk.
So
Yeah.
you gained your trust back then.
3 successes.
All right, sounds good. So I'll take the credit stick and I'll clap Dex on the shoulder, And I'll walk back over to Toydarian and I'll say, I think it's okay. You can keep this. I think for friends and old associates, we don't need this. Friends can help each other out.
He looks at you and he smiles.
A friend of Moraga is a friend to us. So I'm going to say a friend of Moraga is a friend of us, a friend of ours.
Not a friend of mine?
Ours. And I'd like to roll deception on that, because I'm not actually sure if Moraga thinks I'm a friend or not still. At the time, I had positive relations with him in the past. We had a good business relationship, but I'm not sure what the current state of things due to certain other shady aspects of my character background.
Yeah. So you said you're doing deception?
Yeah. So I'm just I'm presenting it like Moraga and I still have a good relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going against his discipline, 1 purple, 1 red.
Okay. And alright. Alright, success and 4 advantages. So he believes me completely.
Mm-hmm.
And the advantages is we're totally in with this guy. Like he thinks that we're tight with Moraga and he works for Moraga, so he thinks we're all on the same page, we're all on the same team here, and he's definitely going to be as open-minded as you'll allow in terms of anything we want to do here, in terms of his circle, his network.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic.
Meeting people, going places, that kind of thing. He'll try to facilitate things for us.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely fantastic.
Cool. And then, we'll just give him a handshake and let him be on his way.
He says, the festivities will begin in about 2 hours, so feel free to make your way over at any time.
Okay, Dex will watch all that go down and just kind of give a little nod to Sekkiya of approval, like, as a trade, we understand the importance of keeping up good relations with contacts. Yeah.
And then he'll shoot him in the back for giving the money away.
No, we'll talk about it when the guy's gone. So I'm just gonna wait for him to go, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, let's jump over to Mr. Harrison Jones out on his own wandering in the
digging sandcastles outside the ship.
The Hutt's ship.
He's stuck on that huge raised platform. God knows high up off the floor. What's he digging into?
Well, no, what he said is he's going to see the other ship. So,
okay.
I'm not digging.
He would have walked down to the end of the platform, across over the kind of main gantry there.
Yeah, right.
Just make his way back out. Yep.
Just in case anything of this coincides, Drax would have at least offered to sort of walk the cargo off so far until he's got, maybe the other dude's got a pickup point, so he'll take that and then pick up the trolley and return it to the ship. So he'll maybe walk Wettle out of the ship and across the docking bay.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he would definitely follow that.
So sweet.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so Harrison Jones, you kind of make your way across this. Again, you're seeing this kind of big, almost like Dura Creek kind of building in front of you. You see all these people going by, and you watch as this big slug-looking guy goes into this building, followed by this huge entourage of people. That clears out, and it probably takes about 2 or 3 minutes of time for people to just keep walking by and walking by and walking by and walking by until the way is generally open.
I'm playing on my PDA.
Nice. So you're able to walk out onto this thing towards the ship, and as you're about halfway down, basically couldn't really see them before, but these 4 people step away from the front of the ship and walk, so that they're basically blocking off the entire thing, the walkway, and they come to basically, they stop at a certain point about 3/4 of the way down, and then stand there with their blaster rifles. You're approaching them.
Yep.
Okay.
When I'm in range of them, I tap out to Angry Birds. Just playing my game. I'm not even noticing anything. I'm just walking.
So as
Playing
you're
game.
walking, you hear identification, please. This is a restricted area.
I look up, like, what? I look very confused at them, like, oh, why? Why is this? I'm just walking here.
Then
How
walk here.
intelligent are you?
Yeah. Then walk here no further. Turn around. Return to your location.
And I just stand there and don't walk further, which is still in the legal boundaries of my space.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
I'm not touching
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
Peaceful
So
resistance.
The four guys, again, none of them say anything, and they all just stand there with their rifles.
I check if there's some Wi-Fi from the ship.
Yeah, there's no external comms in the ship
Of course.
currently.
God damn it.
It's a jungle planet. There's no Wi-Fi.
I look over at
Well, there
the.
may be, but again, there's no blast transmissions coming from the ship.
Yeah, of course. It's a closed
They're not
system.
communicating. They're not communicating with anybody at the moment.
Then I ask if there's some place for. I go over to like hands up. I put my PDA with like hands up. Like, hey, I just have a question. Is there a place to refuel around here?
The guard on the left, he kind of points off and says, "Refueling station at 42," and goes back to position.
And then I ask where's the best place for food.
He doesn't answer.
Okay, not friendly then. Like, okay. Have a good day,
This is not a
guys.
fucking tour guide.
Hey, I'm making friends here. Okay, but apparently they're not
It's a
nice.
hut-
I just say have a good day,
Pressure
guys.
barge.
And
Yes.
I walk over towards the big house where everybody else walked to.
So as you are about to turn around, as you're making that turn around, you notice out of the corner of your eye what looked like the ship's hull. Two droids separate as well that you didn't see previously. And they
Droids?
kind of, yeah, two droids, and they kind of step away from the hull, turn, and then go into the ship.
Ooh. I would like to check what kind, or like remember what kind of droids they are.
Is this our
What
ship's
purpose-
hull or his yacht? Ship
No,
hull?
his yacht. He's
Okay.
over at the yacht.
Like what kind of purpose they have, that's what I'm interested in.
Again, you would believe that they're security bots of some sort.
Uh,
If you want to roll probably a lore on that one, just against actually maybe this would be a 3 because they're an unusual make.
3 purple?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're fine. Beep, beep. Yep. Blue and yellow. Yeah. Success.
Yeah.
No idea how to use success for those robots.
Well, success means that you know what they are, and then the advantage. What kind of advantages might you know about those
I meant the
robots? that are around you?
advantages. Like I
If anybody
can
has any ideas, help me out too.
I can know where they're going or from where they're controlled or something like this, or is it like
We're not there.
Yeah, what you know about these droids is that they're modified law enforcement droids.
so like they belong to the guys keeping security on this planet most likely.
Yeah, well, what you would assume actually is that they're part of the ship's complement as opposed to the planet.
Okay, but they're protecting the house or they're the ship?
The ship.
Okay. Ooh, now it gets fun. We make our own robots, and yes, I'm a robot. Walk into the home.
Yeah. And you would know that these are class 4 droids, which means that they are equipped with weaponry and designed for security, military training, and operations, gladiatorial combat, and possibly assassination.
Fancy shit, basically.
Can I get one of those with a droid deed?
You should hack one of those, Harrison.
Yes.
Get us an
but
assassin droid for ship security.
I need to find the place where they're being charged, and then we can.
Can't you see
What
restraining?
happens to never fuck with the huts?
I'm just
And
thinking
he's a
out loud,
friend
man.
of yours. Hey, we need to fuck him. Let's fuck him.
Nice.
Anyway, I
I'm
walk
just-
towards the
I'm
house.
just spitballing here. I'm just spitballing.
Hey man, you didn't check if I was high or not first before you listened to me. Only
Anyway,
Dex did
my
that.
character is looking for some nice food in the area and maybe some Wi-Fi where I can get some information.
Yeah,
about
Drax
this
just
stuff.
assumes you're always high.
That's a fair assumption.
Yeah, it's just that's just go. You're either coming up or coming down.
Yep.
Nice.
Especially when we have a cargo shipment.
Yeah. All right. So, Harrison, I'm going to jump from you in a second, but if you want to find out more information about anything, give me a perception check or a streetwise check against 2 purple. And for the other guys, what are you guys doing in this time where basically you have the 2 hours to get ready for the party?
Okay, well, I want to suggest is the captain back on board?
Yeah, if it's in the 2 hour period, I'd have been away for like 15 minutes maybe. I'd be back.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, I want to make a suggestion. Now, I don't know what is on this planet that's hunting, but the trophy prizes sound pretty damn awesome. What say we enter into this little competition, see if we can't bag ourselves a bounty? And I'll look at Drax and his big fucking right.
Yeah, Sekkiya will say, well, Captain, I mean, it comes down to you. Do you think Red can take down a Gundark, the biggest, ugliest motherfucking Gundark on this planet?
At which point Dex will look pretty shocked and be like, "What is a Gundog?" I've never
Big,
seen
nasty, and ugly.
Yeah,
Yeah, so is the
Captain will be like, if you give Red a spoon, he could kill anything.
Okay, well there we go. What say we enter this thing? Now we could also. I've got 2 ideas. We enter fair and square, and have the captain take that big bastard down, or we could wait for somebody to bag one, and then we kill them and take their prize as our own.
Well, that's what Sekkiya was already thinking. I'm thinking we don't have to do the hard work. We just got to bring a trophy back. That's it. We can hunt the hunters.
But the thing is, I was thinking that they're going to have security. There's just no way, we could get away with it. And I know it's a 10k entry fee, but all that means it's free for those that can afford it. And he'll take out Marik's credit card, and he'll say it's very expensive to those who can't. And we might also be able to give Marik a little 10k shot in the arse.
No, now you'll see Sekkiya just a big fucking grin on his face when that idea comes out. He's like, yeah.
We got our entry fee covered, courtesy of that piece of shit Marik.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, Drax is on board for that one. That sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm thinking let's try to bag a Gundart, but if an opportunity comes up where there's something special somebody else has got and nobody else is around or looking, let's just see what we can get.
I was thinking that, Sekkiya, you read my mind, but I'm just pretty sure there's going to be surveillance everywhere. They're going to have satellite imagery. You know what I mean?
Do they got a hacker like we do? I don't know.
Well, that's true. Oh man, these gun dogs don't look that bad.
Captain, can you give me, I can't remember whatever check you used last time when we were looking at this world.
Outer rim, was it?
Law? No, yeah,
Was it
outer rim.
lore?
Outer rim.
Outer rim?
Wouldn't it be xenology though?
Yeah, or I'll give you a lore, xenology, or...
To be honest, if it's an int
survival.
check, I've just got 2 on everything, haven't I? So,
Well, lore, survival, or xenology.
Law, survival. Yeah, I'm same on everything.
Okay.
I'll take a stress and upgrade it a little bit just to give myself a bit of a better chance.
Yeah, and I'd like to lend my charm. Like basically, Dex would be telling the captain, I don't care what they say this thing is, there ain't nothing built that can take out the captain. And I'll go give him a blue bonus dice for stoking his belief in himself, and he can take out anything.
Yeah, help me with the knowledge.
This is more about what he knows as opposed to what he can do.
Oh, okay.
It's like a situation.
Okay, in which case I'll just be shaking his shoulders going, think, damn it, think! And like, give him the blue dice that way.
2 successes and a threat. Is that a threat?
Okay. So what you would know about this thing is that this contest, and based on the fact that you're a bounty hunter and you know how this kind of thing works, the rules would be very strict in terms of what weapons are allowed, like no incendiary devices or mounted vehicles. But accidents happen in these kinds of things all the time.
That's what I'm talking about.
The reality is that, like a place like this, the security is very, very tight on the outside, but less so on the inside.
We're gonna be deep in the bush, man. You know
What?
what happens in the cover of night under that canopy? Who knows?
Well, what would be stopping us taking in more than one?
Well, the rules say we can only take in one, so we can like, take out two teams. Yeah, we can take out two teams and just keep the best Gundark.
Yeah. Drax suggests that maybe when does the competition start?
2 days from now.
2 days. Maybe we take the long-range scanners and try and like. Can we scan for life forms with the ship's array?
It would be pretty simple if that works.
Well, I mean, we can't really like use the ships to track down the Gundarks. I mean, we probably have to do it the old-fashioned way. Like it's a hunting competition.
No, but we could probably like maybe work out where a good herd is or where a larger group is and sort of head over there. Give us some advantage when we actually start the game.
We can probably track the other hunters. That's much more easier. We can put some. Well, I'm not here, but you just in your mind you hear the logic. Somebody could put more traces.
Here's what I'm gonna say, guys. Here's what I'm gonna say. This is in character. I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say. I've done a lot of runs in the past, and I've had to get cargo and product through some sketchy areas and through some shady shit. And I've been through jungle. I've been through the bush before, so I'm pretty sure that I can help you track it down. I'm sure I can help you find it, but it's going to be up to you to bring it down after that. I can just help you find it, track it. But so if you're sure that you can bring it down, then I'm sure that we can find it.
Well, in previous encounters in the past, I've had to take refuge in the wilderness. So yeah, I'm pretty keen on my survival skills. Just when avoiding people that were looking for me. But why don't we split into two teams? Why don't we split into two teams? The captain and Poindexter, they go one way. Me and Team Scumbag will go the other.
So we're gonna lose the big gun.
I'm shaking my head at splitting the party.
You're not there.
In the jungle, yeah, I don't know.
Alright, well, stick together. Yeah. But all I'm saying is, if we see another hunting party and they've got a Gundark, man, what's to stop us comparing it?
I'm all over that for sure. I'd like to also suggest that any opportunities we have to get in the good graces with Moraga should be exploited as well, or explored. If we can get in and move up the food chain a little bit, I think we can get access to bigger and better things that could lead to bigger and better things for us.
Well,
at the moment, Drax as you say that, Drax remembers that we probably should have called Marik by now, because we've done the handoff, but we've got 2 days grace before he's going to be expecting us to call him.
There's Marik's call right there.
Yeah. Sekkiya is not suggesting anything about Marik.
So are we
Marik.
So we're not going to call him at all?
Later. I'll use this digit to dial him. But
I want to see how things go with Moraga first, and if we get in tight with Moraga, maybe he'll be happy to learn about Sector fucking Ranger Marik and what he had planned for him.
Very important meet and greet tonight, and this could set us up for a long haul. I suggest we put on our glad rags, we go and spit silky words at Moraga, and if the opportunity arrives to fuck over Commander Marik in the meantime, let's take full advantage.
And then in 2 days, let's go into the hunt, bag us a Gundark one way or the other, and sell it. And if need be, I'll put a fucking tracer. I got a tagger still. If need be, I'll tag a ship that's got a Gundark, and we'll get it out in space. Whatever. As long as we have the Gundark, we can sell it.
Right, in which case, before we drop Commander Marik in the shit, I'll use his card now to register us for the tournament before we can cancel it.
That's a good
So,
plan.
And Drax,
Okay.
Drax would be up for at least if you can get some time with Moraga later, finding out if he knows anything about this Stim guy who tried to hijack the delivery, because that might be a good intro into some information.
The consortium.
Yeah. Because they were kind of attacking the Hut deal, really.
Mm-hmm. They were.
So, yeah. So that might be a sort of a good in with him anyway. Find out what their deal is.
Yep. Maybe he knows what's going on more than we do.
Yeah, Drax would be a little bit cautious about mentioning Marik straight up, because I don't know if this guy is like the equivalent of the FBI. If he walked into a gangster and started talking about the FBI.
Yeah, not right away. I mean, first we got to cover a lot of ground with Moraga in general before we start laying all our cards on the table.
Let's face it. If we can give a gangster like a Hut the edge over some sort of law enforcement where he can use it to his advantage, he'll be very interested. Let's grease some palms and make some new friends before we say anything.
I'm on it.
While we're here, actually, Drax would, if we've got, maybe we don't need to do it right now. We've got a couple of days. Drax would at least like to know if they've got they must have a weapons shop. If we're going hunting, I need something a bit longer.
They must have some kind of outfitting armory or something like that.
No.
There will definitely be something like that on planet.
Cool.
They'll probably be weapons dealers. They're just there to sell guns to the hunters.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'd be assuming.
Not even a good shop, just some dudes that just come there and sell guns.
Yeah. So if you guys are cool with it, let's move on to this action of this party action.
But before we do, I want
to chat up.
Yeah, totally. I just want to quickly pay for our entry fee before we do.
Okay.
So I'll get on the ship's comms and contact the authorities and just be we'd like to register a team.
Standard form. Yeah, you can fill it out. Just send it. We'll send it through your ship's computer. Have it filled in with your ship information, the entrance names, include the account number. No problem at all.
Cool. All right. So to the GM, having the card that Marik gave us, we'll be able to use that. Yeah, it's like a credit card.
Why don't you roll? Since you're the one using the card and Harrison's not there, why don't you give me a knowledge check?
I think I'd rather wait.
Might as well just wait for Harrison to come.
Here you go.
Yeah, anything that requires thinking, I'd probably a knowledge.
Yeah, just give me any straight intelligence or any other ones.
It doesn't matter. My knowledge skills are all the same, a standard 2.
Okay, just against.
I just wait for Harrison. If there's anything important that involves technology.
Drax nailed it, baby.
Nice.
Excellent. So you'd be fairly certain that the card you were told had a limit of 5,000.
I'm very certain, not fairly certain. I'm very certain.
Yeah. You're very certain that you were told the card had a limit of 5,000. So using more on it than that 5,000, you're very certain as well that you would have triggered at least some kind of system that has now logged the fact that you've spent twice as much on that in one purchase. You know what I mean?
Why don't you spend 2 5,000 purchases?
It's already done.
But there's no threat there.
It's not a threat. It's not a threat. It's a simple statement of fact.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not a bad thing. It's just, again, it's an automatic system.
Hang on, you've had me roll a knowledge on that. Would my character not have known that? Oh, hang on a sec. Before I do this, would I have not known the card's limit before I just went and swiped it away?
What was the point of your knowledge check? What were you trying to learn?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were trying to. Again, the point of the knowledge is to know whether you would know or not that putting in more money on it is definitely going to.
Well, I would, which would give me pause to thought.
Yeah. Again, that's possible for sure.
Okay, yeah, I haven't actually. As long as you're aware that I haven't actually done it yet.
Yeah, and again, I'm not saying it's a negative thing. That's why it's not a thret thing. It's just it's a simple fact.
Cool. It's just alarm bells are ringing. That's all. Alarm bells are ringing. So
it's just the knowledge. You just know the fact that it's.
Well, cool. Well, in that case, I'll suggest to the guys. Well, hang on. and Sekkiya's solid advice of make 2 smaller purchases. Would
I'm
that
thinking
be
withdrawal,
cool?
not a purchase. Just withdrawal 5,000 credits twice, and then use those credits
To pay our
Yeah,
way.
for the credits.
The reality being is it's still going to give the same kind of knowledge to the other end of the card.
Sure.
Because the card has the limit of 5,000.
Hey, do we care? We're gonna fuck this guy over. Who cares?
That's
if he
what I'm
knows
saying.
we
That's
spent-
why it's not a
Who
threat.
cares
It's
if we
just
know
simple
we spent
information.
his fucking credit?
Yeah, it's simple information that I'm giving you. That's all.
He should know who he's
Cool.
dealing with. He's dealing with a crew of scumbags. You think he can't be ready for this kind of shit?
Cool. In which case, yeah, we'll pay for it, register our ship's name. I'm registering as Zed Nidram.
Okay.
That's our team name.
No, that's mine. That's my character's name, Zed Nidram, and
Alright.
I've very stealthily just spelt my name backwards.
Nice.
So just confused. Oh, who's this guy? It's Zed Nidram. It wouldn't take a genius to figure out who he really was, but yeah. I've just got a cool sounding name backwards.
Perfect. No problem.
My
The only
character name
requirement is
is
your
Glit Tur.
Okay. Glitar.
Only the leader and the number of people are required, so that's
Alright,
gonna take
perfect.
in this.
No, Zed Nidram.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Excellent.
Entry fee sorted. We're now in the tournament.
Yep. So Harrison Jones, he attempted to find out some further information, running around, kind of seeing what's going on. Unfortunately, he was not really able to get much. It seems that in his eagerness to acquire information, he came off as a little bit weird.
Surprise.
People started to avoid him as he started to approach them looking for information. But there's some advantage. What is your advantage when you're perceptively seeking information?
Some other guy who's also awkward is now my friend.
He made a buddy.
Nice.
Nice.
Is he a hunter or who is
And
he?
because he's also awkward, of course, either he's a technician or he's some kind of researcher, archaeologist as well, who's there to use this opportunity to, explore the planet.
How about a biologist who knows
Yes,
about
that's
Gundars
also-
very well?
It's also in that list, yes.
He can let us know what's a good Gundark, what's a rare type, that kind of thing.
Okay, give me a percentile.
Roll or
Yeah, just click the percentile button.
9?
9.
9, 9,
Nine.
9!
Okay. What's interesting is that this is a jungle planet, which means that it's rainforesty, and the kind of outcast guy that you kind of meet, he's an Aqualish, which basically means he's like an aquatic kind of thing, different from some of the other ones. He's more like, again, fish scaly kind of look.
Awesome.
And his name is Dresslin.
Dreslin.
Yeah, and as predicted, he is a mechanic.
Yes. On whose ship?
He actually works on the security systems.
Ah.
He
Oh,
builds the
that's
fences and
nice.
stuff.
Good
I
budget.
tell him about the stuff we found. Some awesome. You can't believe it, man. They still use the old firmware. Oh my god.
It's like, that's awesome, that's awesome. So he's not quite Akbar, he's a little different than that.
Found a good picture of him. I have to send the link.
So yeah, the two of you kind of chat about some general, tech stuff here, some, outcasty thing there. But yeah, that picture is quite good. Nice. Okay, and then for the others, then let's move you guys and. So are you guys going to connect together before going to the party, or head separately?
Yeah, Dex is getting out his finest clothing, well, whatever that might be. He's going to put on his best threads.
Sekkiya took a nap. Before a party, big party, he takes a nap.
Nice. Classic.
Drax will actually sort of. Usually he's wearing padded armor. For this one, he's going to take his armor off and he's going to go for a full tuxedo.
Ooh, very nice.
Sekkiya is dressed the same as usual, but he's going to clean the blood off his armored clothing.
Yeah, Maraga wouldn't expect
the blood off everything, but he's going to wear the same clothes he usually does.
Yeah.
It's his trademark, his branding.
Can I get a perception check against 3 purple for everybody?
Okay.
Perception, even for me?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
3 purple, you said?
Yeah.
Not 2?
I've just got 2 threats.
Oh shit.
I got a success and 2 advantages because I got an automatic advantage.
2 threats.
A failure, but 5 advantage.
Okay. So
I saw something.
Yeah. So Sekkiya, you by the time you woke up from your nap, you're kind of looking out, watching the traffic kind of move in and out of.
Cleaning the blood off my clothes. Yep.
Yeah, moving in and out of Maraga's ship.
Mm-hmm.
And from where you're standing, you are like 99% sure that you saw a laborman, like a waiter, who matches the description that you got of Stim to a T. So, like, he's a human guy, possibly the largest you've ever seen, delicately holding a tray of snacks kind of moving into the thing in a line of these other waiters. Massive frame, large muscles that seem to bulge out of his jacket.
And a scar?
Yeah, he's got these darkly sunken eyes that are set in his hard face with a long scar running down his left cheek, leading to a mangled ear, most of which is missing. Matches the description you got perfectly. And he's moving into Maraga's ship as a waiter. Harrison, did you go back to the ship after, or are you still out in the area for those 2 hours?
I'm mingling with my buddy.
Okay.
Finding out if there's some cool stuff going on, some interesting problem that he needs my help with, seeing that I'm quite an expert.
And Captain, were you in the ship when you were this whole time as well?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, just a note here. Okay, and Dex, you didn't see Stim, but a lot of other advantageous things happened when you were looking around. What did you see?
I saw that. So these are guests boarding the boat for the party.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I saw a lot of like rich people that would be easy marks, and I also saw the security be quite light. They're not checking invitations very carefully. They're assuming that people that are there have been invited, otherwise you wouldn't have the moxie to walk up and try and get on.
That's it. That's
Maraga's barge.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ryan, can I suggest something for one of my advantages?
To Sekkiya as well. What do you notice either about that situation or the surrounding scenario?
I noticed that they are searching the staff, frisking the staff, but they are not searching the guests.
Yeah. Fair play.
So they search Stim when he goes in.
Excellent. So yeah, you see them patting down everybody as they're going by. A lot of them are carrying cases of bottles or cases of this or table of that or trays of whatnot. Yeah. Yeah, so he gets patted down, he gets sent through like everybody else. And again, the guests are just making their way through. Excellent.
Well, gents, looks like our friend Stim has shown up to the party. He's passing himself off as a waiter. So if we get a chance to have a little private conversation with him inside, Or
is that scumbag on good terms with Moraga, or what's he there for? Is he there legitimately, or is he up to something? A great way to earn trust and with Moraga, if this guy's up to anything shady that would
I
hurt
think we should
Moraga's
definitely keep
feelings.
an eye on him because he was the one that brokered the deal with Cut Vein and the Chorus Consortium. So he organized the hit on our cargo from the beginning.
Motherfucker. Well,
So
okay.
he's the one that fucked up your shirt, is what I'm saying. Ultimately, he's responsible.
Well, let's feed him to the hut then.
Yeah, in
That
light of
would
that
make
knowledge
us
as
look
well,
great.
Capin will start taking off his tuxedo and putting on his padded armor again.
Well, yeah, I
It's
think
gonna-
that's fair.
It's going to be
Why don't you put on
Rogan.
your padded tuxedo?
Captain. Look, there's easier ways. I don't care how big he is. There's easier ways than needing armor and guns to take this mofo down. Get me close enough, and I'll put him on his arse, and he won't even know what hit him.
Well, one thing I noticed is they're searching the staff, and they're frisking. So they frisked him on the way in, and he didn't produce any weapons. So we don't know if he bought off the guards or what, but there's at least a possibility that he's not armed until he's inside. But they're not searching the guests. So I'm thinking that we can conceal some weapons on us, and at least we're armed when we're in there, and then we can see what happens. So if
Okay,
you guys got something light that you can...
Well, at this point, Dex will like reach into like one of his pockets and pull out like an injector thing. This will put the big man to sleep. Just get me close enough to stick it in, and he'll go down.
Cool.
and
You'll
go ahead.
so yeah, you'll see Drax sort of like put his gun back up on the wall mount, and he's just got a couple of like vibro knuckle dusters.
Nice.
Just sort of like slip them inside. He will put his padded armor on, but he'll actually wear a top hat and a little bow tie. Gonna be fucking like.
You can still be security. You can be our bodyguard. You're our hunter anyway, right? So
Yeah.
it's okay for you to be, a warrior.
Yeah. But now Drax he's going to a party. He'll put a top hat on.
And Sekkiya's going to conceal his
As
blaster
was the
pistols.
style at the time. Okay.
Sekkiya's going to conceal his blaster pistols.
Harrison's going to conceal his datapad.
Yeah, if anyone's got like medical or knowledge of these things, you'll notice that what Dex produced was a synthetic neuroparalytic in his little
Nice.
syringe type thing. Yeah, this will put the big fella down.
And Sekkiya will pull out his tagger, and he'll say, maybe if we can't get, Stim this time, maybe we can get him next time. So let's see how that goes. We can always tag him and bag him later.
Cool. I'll also bring some binders along as well.
Nice.
I just think that if I think we should chat to this Stim, but if we can get him to, if we can lead him to say something that would be detrimental to Baraga, then we could then just cuff him up, knock him out, and present him, and then that's instant way to gain trust with the hut if we bring someone who's apt to bring him down.
Yeah,
It'll make any future negotiations a lot easier. We need to speak to Stim first then. Captain, you're looking fine.
Captain just kind of like shakes his mane around a little bit and gives a little snort of approval. Because he fucking knows he's looking fine, but he appreciates the compliment.
Is he not here?
No.
Okay, well, I'll say gentlemen to the party, but I'll raise Harrison on the comm link. Harrison.
Beep boop beep. Finally, I'm busy.
I'm
well,
I'm busy talking with my friend. Okay, what is it?
Sorry to interrupt, but just to let you know, we're going to the party right now on the Hut's pleasure barge. So if you want to meet us there, feel free. If you're occupied, that's cool. But just stay in touch, man. We need to know that you're okay. There's a lot of guns around this place.
I asked the mechanic if he knows some way for me to get in without problem.
Okay, there's an invitation waiting at the door, but I mean, if
I mean, incognito is always fine.
And Sekkiya would just like, just let him go, it's okay, it's fine.
Cool. Well, I'll end the
Your
transmission.
mechanic friend would not be invited to the party himself, nor would he be probably mostly interested in
Going
anything to do
there.
with the party. Yeah.
Same here, but I tell him I have to go. Obligations.
He understands.
Okay, well, gentlemen, should we take
feels
Cinders
for you.
to... I'll kind of look at the captain and say to Sekkiya, should we take Cinders to the ball?
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm also going.
And just for the sake of it, I want Drax to be wearing some really big flared pants for this one as well.
And Sekkiya's also taking one of his glitter stims with him, just in case.
I'll put on a slightly sequined waistcoat over the top.
Nice.
I'm going like 70s rock out with the top hat.
Not Harrison's device.
Pimp daddy,
Sekkiya.
pimp daddy.
Yeah,
Harrison
Drax-
is joining the party as well. Yeah.
Who has the Harrison drug?
It'll be on the ship, I'm sure. I don't think
Yes.
he's carried with him.
Yeah, I'll put that in my pocket. I'll take that.
You want to just put it on your chest, don't you? Just it's more comfortable if you wear it like that.
I'm going to put it in an injector, and I'm just going to put it in my pocket for now.
All
Take it
right.
with me. That might be a
So
use
you
for it at
guys-
some point.
You guys make your way down and over, and then up the walkway. You're surrounded by not so many people at this point. The party itself has kind of started. A lot of people came early. You're in kind of one of the rear groups kind of thing. There's probably about 10 or 12 people around you, about 10 or 12 behind you kind of thing, but over like about 100-meter space. So you're not feeling crowded like that. But people are just generally, calmly walking, talking in small groups as they move towards the thing. And you go up this rear plank kind of thing into the hold, and the main hold of this luxury liner is a sight to behold. There's multicolored veils of rich silks just draped from ceiling and wall, just table after table of expensive food and drink, just tons and tons of people crowded in, nobles, merchants, hunters, criminals. There's smoke wafting in the upper decks as, fashionable good music plays and feasters dance and people are conducting business and all these different things. At the very rear, you can see this massive dais flanked by 4 Gamorreans with vibro axes standing. Behind them is a Twi'lek mayordomo and, of course, the form of Moraga the Hutt, watching the revelry with satisfied smile.
And can I do a quick perception check to scan the staff in the room and see if I can spot them as a waiter or whatever?
Yep.
Okay. 1 second. And what's
Just
the
against
difficulty,
two.
Ryan?
Just 2. Yeah, it's not that crowded where you can tell people or see people.
2 successes, 2 advantages.
Nice.
Okay, very nice. Unless you have a specific goal, I've got a couple of things that I can give you for advantages.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
So I see him, and then what do I see? What good
Yeah.
things do I see?
So you see him specifically, but beyond seeing, you're also, as you're kind of scanning the crowd, you have your ears open for what's going around you. One of the things that you hear as you're passing this one group of people is like, oh, man, fucking Moraga, man. This team won last year. Last year was the first time a team has ever returned with a live Gundar. Fucking healthy female with no injuries. I mean, think about this, man. These guys went out here with blaster pistols and a goddamn net and came back with a live female Gundar. I think that's bullshit. Moraga's rigged this. I'm sure he's going to do it again. And you can hear them complaining and kind of talking about how they feel about it as that. So you walk around a little bit more, and you hear another couple group comment, "Ah, man, these guys, they keep such a big grip on this wildlife preserve. It sucks, man. No one's ever allowed to go in except on the day of the hunt. And even then, only the registered hunters. It's such a great thing to win this, but man, what a pain in the ass it is for the rest of the year." And as you're kind of going around too, you see another group, and these ones there's 2 droids. There's security droids, and the third one is a Keldor. And the 3 of them are talking, and the droids are like, "We calculate the percentage of success at 62. And the Keldor says, 62, I'm more worried about dying before we even get 3 feet in the goddamn reserve. As soon as it starts, You know, some of these teams have a habit of taking each other out in the competition. There doesn't seem to be any rules against that. So I want you on drag and I want you on point. And we'll make our way through this. So as you're kind of passing these people, finally you catch sight of of Stim, and he's kind of somewhat near the back dais. And as you see him, he's kind of looking around, doesn't seem to see anybody watching him, and he slides into one of the passageways further into the ship.
So I'll pause for a second in our tour of the room, and I'll turn to the other guys and I'll say, spotted Stim at 7 o'clock. He just disappeared into one of the utility halls. I think we should pay our respects to Moraga first, give him a greeting, and then see if we can have a conversation with Stim. What do you guys think?
Sure.
Get that cunt. Get him.
Or does somebody want to go after him while I greet Moraga? What do you guys feel?
Yeah, I think Drax would be like up for trying to follow him as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say if we could get some camera feed on those corridors where he's heading, that would be useful.
I'll
So
come
maybe-
with you.
That
Okay,
sounds.
so three of you guys are gonna go, and I'll
Yep.
and I'll say hi to Moraga. Okay.
Yeah, he's your man anyway.
Yeah.
Stay in touch. So I'll try to find you
Yeah.
guys after.
Roger.
Okay, I'll stick with Sekkiya for the first part here, and then we'll jump back and forth as we go. So you kind of make your way forward towards the place where Moraga is sitting, and as you're about 3/4 of the way there, kind of out of the corner of your eye, you catch sight of Toydarian, who's your good buddy here, Twigri,
Mhm.
and who again is looking fairly positively on you, based on your earlier interaction with him. And he kind of like waves to you and motions you towards him, which is still in your general direction of going towards Moraga. And he meets up and he's like, "Hey, it's good to see you. I'm glad you took the invite and decided to come. It looks like you're about to make your obeisance here. Follow me."
Yeah, we want to pay my respects to my old friend Moraga here.
He's like,
Been a long
it's a
time."
good thing to do. It's a good thing to do. I mean, Moraga respects respect, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. And by the way, thanks for arranging our invitation. Appreciate that, friend.
No problem. No problem. Friends of ours are always important.
That's right.
So the two of you kind of make general chit chat and make your way towards the front of the area. As you're approaching, the hut's 4 guards stare at you resolutely as you approach the dais. And the hut is managing to stuff his face, smoke a large water pipe, and manhandle an exotic Rhodian dancer all at the same time. So he licks his lips excitedly as the dancer moves away and greets you in a loud, booming voice. And beside him, the Twi'lek stands forward and says, "Moraga the Hut says hello."
And Sekkiya will not look at the Twi'lek. He'll just maintain eye contact with Moraga, and he'll bow respectfully, stand back up, and say, "Greetings, your illustrious Moraga, from Sekkiya Shi'bal, an old associate of yours, who wants to just greet you once more.
Okay.
I did a couple of good runs for you in the past, and it's good to see you again."
All right, I need you to make a fear check against 3 purple.
I'm scared of him
the-
flipping.
Yeah, that's fine. Nice. The presence
As
of
soon as I heard check flipping.
yeah, the presence of being here and knowing that there's a lot of pressure on how this goes for you is a little bit daunting. So
Okay.
3
Can I
purple, fear check.
3 purple? Okay. Can I request a boost for the fact that I've established the narrative that I have worked for him before?
Yep, Yep, I'll definitely give you. I'll give you actually 2 boosts for it because you're gonna have one for him and one from the fact that you got this guy standing beside you who's basically standing there vouching for you before you even get into the game.
Okay, so should I do discipline or cool? Which one?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't remember which one is the right one for a fear check.
If
You
it's
know that off the
if
top
it's
of your
true
head.
fear, it's discipline. But I mean, it could
Okay,
be cool.
okay.
It could be
Tell you
cool. I
what
mean,
it-
depending on the
tell you what it says here.
situation, right?
It says here that you can choose.
Okay.
When making a fear check, the character can decide whether to use cool or discipline with various effects.
I like to use cool because I'm trying to maintain my cool with this underworld situation here.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay. And that's 3 purple.
That's correct.
Okay. Here we go, gents. Wish me luck. This might all go very bad for Sekkiya. Oh, son of a bitch!
Shit.
So what did I? What was I? So I'm afraid. This is a fear
Okay.
check. I'm afraid.
So what it is you're not afraid. You're intimidated. You're
All right,
intimidated
I'm
by the
intimidated.
presence of Moraga. So as you kind of say this to him, the mayor domo kind of leans in as if he's going to listen for like a word from Moraga,
Mhm.
but Moraga will just kind of give a head shake like that and he'll just say like 3 words in full basic. I remember you, and that kind of throws you off a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say like just to fill in some background about what Sekkiya is thinking right now for everyone else. Sekkiya is very intimidated and nervous right now because he used to work for the Hutt cartel, which we've established already, but he worked for Jabba the Hutt, and when Jabba the Hutt was killed, Sekkiya was in the middle of a shipment. He was returning product to Jabba. But then when Jabba was killed, there was no owner of that product any longer. So Sekkiya, being Sekkiya, disappeared for a few years and partied on Ryloth with that product. He sold most of it and kept a lot of it, and that did him quite well for a while. So he's a little bit nervous right now coming back into contact with the Hutts because he's not sure exactly if anybody figured that out or not. So he worked for Jabba's cartel. He didn't work for Moraga's cartel, but he's not sure how much they share information or how much Moraga might even care. So that's, I think, justifies the fear check that Ryan asked for and why he would feel intimidated and nervous right now.
So the further result of this, just mechanically speaking, you're going to take 2 strain for that.
Okay.
For the failure there, and you're going to have 1 setback for each check for this particular encounter with Moraga. For any checks that you need to make. That won't carry forward to any other times you might meet him in the future, but for this encounter you're going to have 1 setback. But you do have 4 advantages that you can figure out how you want to spend too. You can get rid of your strain, you can boost to negate the setback. I'll let you figure out narratively what you want to do too.
Yeah, I think I'll. So he remembers me. I want 1 advantage to be that he remembers what I said before to the Toydarian, to Quiggery, that I did 2 good runs for him. That was my memory of those events, that I did a good job for him twice. So 1 advantage, or if you want, it can count for 2. I'd like him to remember those 2 jobs. He remembered I did good work for him. So I'd like that. And 1 advantage, I'd like to get a strain back. And the other advantage, I'd like to cancel a setback.
Okay.
On my next roll, if I do a roll with him.
Yep, sounds good. Okay, so I'm going to leave that for a second. I'm going to jump to the other 3, okay?
Yep.
So, the other 3 gentlemen. So you guys kind of follow down this hallway where Sekkiya has directed you, tailing Stim. Why don't... Okay, who's going to be leading this kind of charge down the hallway?
Drax.
I was thinking, yeah, I'd just be like walking along but talking to Drax, like lost in conversation, like we're debating something, but just like kind of actually paying attention to everything around, but just trying to make it look like And then if we could have Harrison on his data pad behind us doing whatever it is he does,
Exactly.
like hacking into stuff.
Sounds
Yeah,
good to me.
well, while we're doing this, Drax will have put on one of the vibro knucklers onto his right fist, and he'll have taken off his top hat, and he'll just be like carrying his top hat in his hand, kind of like covering the vibro knuckler.
Gotcha. Okay, so very shortly, the three of you are going to be leaving the party, entering basically these hallways within the ship. Bear that in mind about how you're going to react or do things from there. Okay. Now, Harrison, it's my understanding that you are looking for video feeds.
Yep.
Okay. How would you like to do that? What is your thought and your method?
First, I would like to look around if there's any kind of Wi-Fi, same as always.
Okay, well, there's not Wi-Fi, but there definitely are computer terminals. Like this being the main hold, basically near, let's say, so the guy left at the door, which is probably about 30 feet to Moraga's left, and then you guys would be a further. There'd be a computer terminal between that door and the wall that basically would be like in charge of like the cargo hold systems.
Perfect. Yeah, that's much better than Wi-Fi. Direct access to everything. Sweet. Yeah, I would like to stroll over, put my usual USB stick into the computer, and then just stroll off so I can, work my magic.
First of all, I want you to roll a perception check. Just a 2.
Yeah, that's not good. Come on, guys. Oh, yeah.
I say, well, before I say you could. Oh yeah, it's perception. Okay, cool.
Okay, so you perceived. Okay, you didn't see anything, but there was some advantage.
Yeah, I have the success. Oh no, advantage. Shit. Yeah.
What advantage do you get from looking around?
You didn't see what you were looking for, but you saw something else. That's good.
I see that some people are like keeping track of the area, maybe.
Okay, so you put in your USB stick, and right away, the first thing you notice as part of that is your program is encountering super high security. This is probably like, again, this is definitely much higher security than Vesseling. Any system that you hacked into there.
That's expected.
You know that there are different levels of access that are going to have more difficulty.
Yeah.
So basically, at this time, if you're going to hack into something, I want you to tell me what system you want to hack.
Okay. Yeah, just for now, we just want the basic access for the cameras.
Okay.
I don't want to change the cameras. Just
equals security. So you're going to hack into the security system.
Ooh, okay, that's high rank. Let's start with the low rank first. Let's first get control of this computer.
Okay.
The local part is.
Okay. Give me. This will be a hard because again, this is at the basic level. It's still a hard.
Computer.
Yeah. So do that, and I'm going to give you one setback for the fact that there are a lot of people in your area. You're still in the middle of this party, and you're now kind of hacking things. You've placed a USB drive in the machine. We'll find out if anybody saw that happen or whatnot.
Can I try and give him a boost by like just putting my 2.5 7-meter frame in front of him while he's doing that? Trying to provide some screening.
Sure, as I flip a destiny point.
Yeah, that's good. We might need some destinies later.
What does the boost do?
So you'll get a blue dice, and your difficulty will be 2 purple, 1 red, 1 black.
Okay, but just for the record, Dex has not kind of stood around watching him do this. I've carried on moving, so like we're kind of separate from each other. Anyone looking on wouldn't look like we're together.
Okay. Actually, we'll say that
dear Lord.
Drax is just bent down to tie his shoelace, but he's still just covering everything.
Damn, that's a good roll.
That was a great roll.
Holy shit. Yeah. This computer's my bitch.
Yes. So, you were successful. Give me your triumph, and then I'll tell you your threat.
Triumph. Yeah, since I now have control of this computer, I guess I know how the other computers in the network are set up, because I can see who did this. Basically, I know the IT guy. I'm in his mind. I know what he doesn't know. Every loophole.
Nice, you got his back doors now.
All the future stuff will be much easier because of this.
Okay.
And since I'm already in the network.
Yeah. So I think to assist that too, what I'll say is, like, which is sheer number of successes there, is that you initially went for the access to this thing, but you've passed into the network now. So you managed to break the network already. The difference being is you still have you'll have like the end point that you have to still break into, like, you know, this system, this system, this system, but you're in the full network now already. Okay, and yes, we'll give you two boosts on your first one and one boost on your second one moving forward. Okay, the threat being is that you broke into this thing.
So we are detected, of course.
But it was detected.
Which is fine.
So
just need to get into the other computer.
That someone is in the system now.
Just need to get to his computer fast enough. Or at least to some other computer, so we're in the whole network. Even if he shuts down this one, we're good. So I build on the success. I take over at least the next node, the bigger node point in the network. So we are gaining control, more or less.
Okay. So the next level basically would be like doors. You would have access to opening and closing of the doors.
Okay.
That's the next level, if that's what you want. If you want to do it by level kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or my choice. I
would
like
specifically too. Like, you can go whatever you want. You just tell me what system you want.
Yeah, I want to take over the server itself, and then from there we can. As soon as we have the server, we do that. We can control everything. Like, first we get from this computer, we take the router, we take the server, and then we're done.
Okay. So taking over a server is probably going to be as difficult as anything you've ever done.
Okay, then we start with one step before that. One step before. We take over the router, so we can control the whole network. Basically, every packet that gets sent around, we are there to catch it and modify.
Okay, I think that's a fair one. Okay, so you can do your roll here, your computers again. And it'll be, you get the 2 advantages, and it'll be 3. So you'll get your computers plus 2 blue against 3 purple.
Okay. And no more black, and no more red?
No more black.
So it's 4, 1, 2 against 3. What are the odds, guys? Good enough, or should we flip? Anybody still?
Up to you, man. Whatever you think.
Save the destiny for the really hard roll. If this
Okay.
Yeah, if you're just doing computer stuff,
I just don't know the dice
really
itself. I don't know how good the dice are, but 4 green, 1 yellow, and 2 blue should be enough for 3 purple, right?
Well, if you're usually rolling triumphs and lots of successes and advantages, I think you're okay.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 purple's not too crazy.
Okay. There we go. Failure, but advantages everywhere.
Okay, so you failed to take over the system.
But lots of advantages, so we take over something more simple from that.
Okay, so why don't we backtrack it then and say that you're able to get now, you got the door and basically haul it like...
And the camera maybe.
Things, yeah. Camera security, that's... Let's try.
Come on!
You can open and close doors.
Okay, that's fine enough for now. That's all we need, basically.
All right.
Yeah, Drax is kind of like stood up now, having pretended to tie his shoelace. As we've kind of lost sight of this guy for the, sort of a close range, Drax will slip his hand back into his pocket, take off the vibro knuckler, and put his top hat back on. Just so he's kind of looking a little bit more inconspicuous.
Yeah. So with one of my other advantages, I would like to take over another computer in the system, just so I'm, even if they cut off access for this USB computer, I'm still in.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's say that basically, because you were able to get in the network to start with, you would know where the physical location of the next machine would be in the chain, specifically in the direction that Stim went.
Yeah.
And so we'll say that you know that it's down this corridor, turn a couple lefts, rights kind of thing. There's another computer terminal there that you have basically ghost access to at this point.
Okay. So I would, I would try to pick up the USB stick and then just move on to the next door and like, okay, let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay,
And
Dex
tell
and
this to the
Drax.
captain, like, we are safe. I have control of the doors now. We can proceed. Captain.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah, Dex was ahead. I guess at the moment we'll just sort of walk on towards and catch up with Dex wherever he's at.
Yeah, Dex is just like, he was a respectable distance ahead, just kind of like, you know, sipping on a champagne. Like looking around at the ladies, but actually watching carefully what yous were doing out the corner of his eye. Cool. So Dex will turn around to Harrison and say, any success, any joy on the computers?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. I control some of the computers in the network now, and we can control the doors. But
Okay.
this system is top notch. It's harder to get access to anything more without getting security up-wise. I'm pretty sure somebody's already suspicious, but I did my best to cover our tracks.
Okay, so you didn't get a 20 on Stim? Where is the big man? Did you find him? Did you spot him?
Did I? I don't think
No,
so.
You didn't access the cameras.
I don't think
then,
so,
you
no.
didn't. Okay, well, we'll just do this the old-fashioned way then. Keep chatting, lads. Blend in, and he'll look at the look up at the captain, and go, "Try and look inconspicuous." And we'll just like continue down the corridor, keep an eye out for an equally big human in a tuxedo.
Yeah, so-
bear in mind at this point that you're leaving the party into the ship itself. Just so you know.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I need the John. I'm pretty sure we all need the John. That's what we're looking for. If we get stopped, that's our cover story. Got to piss like a, pardon the pun, racehorse.
Yeah.
Nice.
As we're going down, yeah, like Drax will just be like talking about how great this ship is and how he'd always wanted to fly something like this, and like it'll be pointing out little features of the sort of, you know, any bits he can see as he's walking down. He's kind of just pointing that out and sort of being pretty enthusiastic about his surroundings.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just
Shortly,
kind of like look at, you know, look at he's about to, he needs a piss, you know, that kind of holding it in expression. So yeah.
about 30 seconds, you guys are doing this kind of routine down, and basically in the last 10 seconds, there have been no more people, and basically there's, from where you can see now, kind of straight down this hallway behind you and in front of you, for about 200 meters, there's no people in either direction. The thing at the end, though, does turn both left and right.
I locked the door behind us, just in case, for now. So nobody accidentally finds us from there.
Cameras, security, look around the corridor, see anything?
Yeah, in general, there's nothing that's kind of poking out at you that you're like, oh, that's
Okay.
not trouble.
It's just a long corridor, there's no doors either side, just straight down to the bottom to a T-junction.
Yeah.
Right, we got to move, lads, let's do this quick. If we get caught down here, it ain't going to be pretty. We need to find this big bastard.
Okay, are you gonna go like silently, or are you gonna go like just run it and make it quick?
No, don't.
I'll try and go quietly as possible, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll just kind of like walk.
Can we roll it stealth?
Well, it's gonna be negated if he's not.
No, I was
That's
just
up to you,
thinking,
you
like,
guys
just
can go.
walk along like we're supposed to be there.
Yeah, and that's fine too.
You
Just
know.
run. That's fine.
Yeah, you know, we're supposed to be there. Looking for the John.
Yeah, kind of fast, yeah.
Yeah, quickly, because I'm about to piss myself. So yeah, okay. So we'll get to the bottom, and like Dex will go first. They'll kind of usher like the captain to stay back a second. and I'll kind of just poke my head round and look left, look right. What can I see down the corridors?
So you look left first, and then you kind of turn your head to the right, and you just catch the look of about 30 feet more down the corridor. There's a guy who's turned back, and you just see his face with a widened eyes, and you see this tray kind of just flips on the floor, and this guy just bolt.
Shit. I guess the guys heard the sound of glass hitting the floor.
Yeah.
Was that
He
guy
looked like
Stim or not Stim? Just to clarify.
It was Tim. Yeah.
Okay.
He's on the move! Go! Basically, the logic being that he wouldn't be running if he wasn't up to something. So let's get him. Let's take him out.
Yeah, let's chase.
Okay, we'll pause there. Let's go back to Sekkiya Shi'bal. So Sekkiya, you've heard the words of Moraga.
Yeah.
And he's kind of, again, no time has really passed, but he's waiting for a response clearly.
Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to say two things, and then I want to roll charm, flipping a destiny point if necessary. But I think he's the kind of person who's used to people talking up to him respectfully. So I'm not expecting a lot of difficulty here, but if necessary, I can flip the point. But I want to say two things to him. So first is, wow, Moraga, it's good to hear you remember me. It was my pleasure to deliver a shipment of fine, and I'll pause for a second and say, fine wines. And despite some unexpected difficulties, I was able to once more do a good service for you. And I'd be honored to assist you with anything else you might require in the future when you need the help of quality service and a team of professionals. And I'm trying to get into his good graces with a charm.
Okay.
And yeah.
So you would know. I'm going to give you.
I paused before I said fine wines, and I put emphasis on unexpected difficulties.
Yeah. So you would know too that dealing with a person like Moraga or Jabba or basically any of the top huts is a scenario where, for the most part, most people are beneath their notice.
Yeah.
Unless there's a specific piece of business being discussed at any particular point in time. So even a failure on a charm check or a negotiation or a thing is not necessarily a bad thing. It's more of just he's perhaps dismissing your role or your difficulty or your thing like that. Whereas a success makes him more interested in communicating or maybe talking more outside the bounds of this particular job or situation, okay?
Yeah,
So,
my goal is like threefold, to emphasize those two facts, that I did the shipment of, and emphasize fine wines, so he catches a drift on that, and unexpected difficulties, and then try to ingratiate myself into his good graces.
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to do the roll just to see what the result is. You're probably going to want to flip the destiny on this one because his discipline is 2 purple, 2 red.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So again, don't think of failure though as failure. It's just, it is what it is.
Okay. And so I negated the setback from the intimidation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So technically, you should roll both though.
Okay. So I'll get a boost.
Yeah,
and a
boost
setback.
and a setback. I was reading that we should do that in the rules instead of just cutting them out.
Yeah, I like to do that too, because anyway, there's narrative results. So. Okay. Well, let's see if I can charm Hut Crime Lord. Here we go. Oh no! Oh, no.
Remember what I was saying about not necessarily being a negative result?
Yeah, I hope you stick to that. That's on record.
Not
Okay?
necessarily. I said, no, this is fair.
Viewers out there, put
I
in
said
the comments
fair,
that the GM did say that these negative results are not so negative.
I said not necessarily.
So
I will
that's a
take that in quotes.
success there, though, isn't it? Isn't that a good thing?
Well, it's a success and a failure. an advantage and a despair. That's what we're looking at here. So
I think what happened is that you actually got 2 successes there, so you are successful.
It already canceled out my other success.
Yeah, like because the despair is a failure and a despair. So the fact that the thing shows here is that technically you're still 1 success ahead.
Okay.
So you are successful, but something catastrophic happens as a result of this.
Okay. Can you help me out by telling me what the despair is before I say what the advantage is? Or do you want me to say the advantage first?
I'll help you out of this one. It's okay.
Well, no, it's up to you. I mean, usually the despair goes last, so it's up to you if you want to do it that way. I don't care.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because the despair I have in mind is what it is.
Okay.
So Moraga.
Go ahead.
Moraga, normally has his just kind of stoic expression and his slug-like way normally, but you see him kind of moving a bit, and he heaves himself forward so that he's just towering over you.
Sekkiya doesn't like that. He's feeling very skinny and small right now.
And pushes the Twi'lek out of the way, and pushes the Rhodian dancer out of the way. So now
Sekkiya really doesn't like this right now.
And him. And again, speaking perfect common in his deep Hutt voice, he says, "You have done good work in the past, but I know what you did with Java. Results speak for themselves. You have done good this day, but does it outweigh the sins of the past?" And he heaves up again and then sits down and just silently stares at you.
Dev, advantage. Yes, it does.
I'm going to say, Moraga, I'm a changed man. And it is my goal to only do good service, as I have done good service in the past. Hopefully, one mistake in a time of confusion. It was a very chaotic time for everyone. Things are a lot more clear now and organized, thanks to your excellent leadership. So hopefully, there will only be good service in the future. That's my advantage. I'm going to lay that on him.
Okay. He kind of gives the Hutt version of a nod, and kind of everyone in the area around you has just gone kind of completely silent.
And Sekkiya notices that there's nobody around him right now.
Yeah.
This was a big crowded party, and suddenly he looks around and there's nobody around him, and he's feeling very skinny and small.
The only people in the area are really the 4 Gamorreans. Even your good buddy beside you here is not
beside me any longer.
Yeah, he's kind of stepped away.
Mm-hmm.
And Moraga crosses his little Hutt arms and says, "There is a debt to be paid." He says, "You have delivered me fine wines today, but you owe the Hutt cartel more than that." And he says, "Today, I heard that you gave back 1,000 credits." He says, "That will be just the start of the repayment of your debt." So mechanically, you are going to take on another obligation of debt.
Okay. Can I say one more thing to him before?
Yep, for sure. Certain.
Okay. I think that's more than fair and very generous of your magnificence to. Well, I'll just say that's very generous of your magnificence. Perhaps I can start to repay my debt with something that might be worth a little more than credits to you. some valuable information that you would be very interested in learning about. I did mention some unexpected difficulties.
Okay.
Would you be interested? Yeah.
Let's stop there for tonight.
Okay.
I think that's a good point for us to get ready for the next session.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's getting pretty late.
Yeah.
So
No
yeah,
one's got to be up early.
I'm going to be up early though.
I still work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the worst. Yeah, but it's not early. That's good. Nice. All right. So for everybody who's watching, I hope you enjoyed this session and encounter with the Huts. Combat was not in the cards for the evening, but I think we had a lot of interesting interactions. So
I like having social stuff too.
Everyone, thanks for your efforts here tonight and everything, and we will see you next time.
And just as a
I think we'll be a
correction,
couple weeks off.
yeah, just a correction. This is episode 4, not 5. So
I was
apparently
gonna.
got that wrong in the intro.
I was confused about that.
Hey, come together.
Yeah, was I there? No. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for watching, and we hope you enjoyed the session. See you next time.
Thank you, everyone.
Peace.
Cheers.